know the deal. I got that game of the year, game of the year, game of the year, game of the year, of the year, yeah. Game of
What
the
is
year,
good,
game
ladies
of
and
the
gentlemen,
year,
and envies around the world? Welcome back to VGU.TV. Today, we are talking about Game of the Year for a third time in a row. It is part 3 of our Game of the Year nominations, categories, awards, giving out, deliberations, whatever you want to call them. I am Emmett Watkins Jr., also known as DJ Spun61 on all places on the internet. And today, I'm joined by the same 3 that acquaints me every time we come back to the Game of the Year. The one, the Pokemon frustrated person, Adam, Alan Muir. How you doing, buddy?
So I almost actually no. I think I did type this into Google last night. I simply just typed, "Is there is there legitimately any ethical way to listen to Kanye?" And I'm trying to lean towards not separation of the art from the art. I thought, what if I listened to songs of his that were heard by someone else?
Kanye covers.
Yeah, so like
Oh my God,
The Fray did a cover of
That's
Heartless.
Really?
And that, yeah. Oh, it's actually a superior song. Like a superior version.
This is a
Well,
wacky
apparently
world we live in.
expect that.
Yeah, apparently Kanye said, like, again, this is probably changed since this was around 808 and Heartbreak's release. I'm pretty sure that everything he said about it has changed like 5 times over. But apparently he really wanted them to do that cover. It's just weird because like it is a completely different song compared to his version.
Gee willikers. I did not know Kanye had any. I didn't know there were any covers of Kanye songs, considering he is, despite everything, a fairly contemporary. So that's a shock to me. But if I can answer that question very quickly before introducing the next person, it's not a question of can you listen to Kanye ethically. It's about what is the least amount of unethicalness that you can listen to Kanye with. And there is an answer to that question, but that's not what we're going to answer today.
Well,
today
actually,
I'm going to answer.
actually,
Ooh. Yes.
One of the things that I saw was don't listen to any of his songs if you are to listen to his songs on any streaming stuff. So I realized
Don't give him any money.
I realized actually I do. I was just like, actually I do have some files somewhere on a hard drive.
I ripped my copy of Graduation back when I bought that. Oh, listen to that. Oh boy. Or
I was
Sail
like,
the High Seas.
I was like everything after everything before 09 is what I was what I'm gonna listen to. Everything after, deal breaker. So no power.
That is fair. That is fair. See, I basically with Kanye, I've gone away of basically everything before he was problematic. I'll listen to without too much guilt. Everything after that, it's like pretty much once he started being like, "Yo, Hitler's cool," I'm like, all right, I don't need to listen to out from you forever. And so that's the cutoff, and I don't listen to anything after that. And he's put out like 3
Thankfully,
albums after that. And I haven't listened
everything
to
after
any
that
of
has
them.
been garbage.
Yeah, I've kind of made out like a bandit, but I even feel weird about Donda a little bit because Donda, there's some good songs on there, but also that was like right after he was on the big Trump shit, and he was like, "Oh well," and then Jay-Z got on there, he was like, "Hey, get off all that red cap shit. You're coming back home, Kanye," and all of us had hope, and then he turned to a Nazi. Anywho, how you doing, Graydon? Graydon Webb in the building.
What was my intro gonna be? Oh, I was gonna be like, help! He's had us trapped here for 7 hours straight doing podcasts. Get me out of this well. Triangulate my location. But please
More
don't
like
do
help.
that.
I've fallen asleep and elapsed over a time we were supposed to record.
Can you triangulate where I'm recording from through a FLAC file in a WAV file in a? Can you do that? If you can do
I
that,
have
more
not
power to
discovered
you,
it.
I guess.
I quite
Let's
honestly
kick
don't think
to
that's
an
possible.
Og of Orbis file.
it's catered to something. There's something afoot on that one. But in any case, we are also joined here today by Josh Miller. Josh, can you triangulate our location using a recording?
I cannot because I am going to stress out about how long this podcast is going to be because
Lord.
the last two were pretty smooth, but I think this is the one that's going to push to our limits here.
You know what? I see how you might think that, but I got a little bit more faith in us. But let's give the folks listening a little bit of context as to why we're so worried about the link to this podcast, which is going to be ironic or not, considering the link that they can look at on the podcast player. Here's what we're talking about today. These are the high stakes categories this week. We are talking about all the narrative ones. So there's going to be the podcast. The categories are best character, best performance, best moment, and best narrative. It's not quite a knockout drag out fight, but there's a lot of nuance we're gonna have to swiggle through here, a lot of swimming through nuance. It's gonna be rough. We're gonna make it work, we're gonna make it happen, and we will not be here for 3 hours. That is my solemn promise. And if the podcast player and it says 3 hours, I have fucked up and I have failed. But that is a joke you get to be in on.
The last hour is just a Rickroll.
Oh my god,
We're bringing it back. 2026, we're bringing it back,
No.
baby.
No, I fully intend to give y'all up at least like maybe 2 hours in.
We should
That is the plan.
we should make the whole back half of the podcast just Kanye music, so people can listen to our stuff instead.
No.
Nah, Spotify will pick up on the recording and be like, "Yo, you used the Kanye song. How could you be so heartless?"
Ooh.
Nah, we're not doing any of that. But we will go ahead. We don't want to be here too late, too long. So let's go ahead and crack into the first category here. Category number 1, best character, sponsored by Astrobot. From Astrobot. The top 3 characters in a game. That's what we're going for. A winner, a second place, and a third place. Your nominees here are Kai from Avowed, Hazel from South of Midnight, Gerald from Wonderstop, Boro from Wonderstop, Verso from Clair Obscur Expedition 33, Hunter Morrison from Mind's Eye, Gustav from Expedition 33, Esquire or Esquire maybe.
Esquire.
Esquire from Expedition 33. Thank you so much. Lawrence from South of Midnight, Crouton from Midnight, Shooty from Shooty Robot Invasion, Pauline from Donkey Kong Bonanza. And I was literally trying to find their names so that I could copy and paste it in here. Last minute edition, Swan Holloway from from Lost Records, Bloomin' Rage. Got tongue tied there.
All right. Can I address the elephant of the room?
All right.
Actually,
there's a couple. There's gonna be a couple elephants.
There are a couple elephants. There may not be the one I'm thinking of. Did we get rid of best ensemble, or do we have that?
That's next episode.
Next.
Okay. I
think
I
you might
guess
be
it sucks
doing
'cause,
what
like,
I
I-
was thinking.
Yeah, I feel like
Yeah.
so the reason I didn't put Swan because I felt like Bleach is a better ensemble. I'm kind of feeling that way, Expedition 33.
Mhm.
Yes, I am too.
You know what? I can hold hands with y'all on both of those counts. Because man,
Should we just
that would
like
help
do
so
both
much.
of those this episode? Just knock these two out. Best character and best ensemble.
It
You
might
know
be
what? Let's see how
easiest.
fast we get through this best character category. Honestly,
Then we can refer
you're
to
not
them.
wrong. Are you saying let's do those categories back to back, or let's do those categories as one category?
I think we do it back to back because I think that we could at least knock out most of our top 3 by taking out some of the ones from this one.
Shit. I'm gonna be
Ooh.
honest. Best ensemble cast, not that many nominees. Yeah, we're gonna do it back to back. I'm moving it up in the document right now. That is an executive decision. So ladies and
Now, here's
gentlemen,
the
and
issue.
NBs listening, Best Ensemble
Does it-
Cast is also here for this episode. Now,
Does it officially get rid of character? First of all, I'm breaking the fourth wall. Is my internet? Do I need to fix
your
something?
internet is fine.
Or can you hear me okay?
Everything.
Oh, okay. All
Yeah,
right.
you
Just want to
seem
make sure.
Perfect, literally.
Awesome. But
Yeah.
yeah, does that mean then that we get rid of like every Clair Obscur character because we're putting that there? Or like, does it automatically disqualify everyone?
Let me say this. Here's how I feel about this. Let a character from a game stay in best character if they themselves as a standalone character is particularly exceptional. But if you really don't, if like the whole group is so good and you want to include the whole group more than you want to include just one specific character, then leave them in the ensemble cast. For example, South of Midnight, good characters in that game all around. I feel like the main character is such a highlight that I don't look at the rest of them necessarily.
Mhm.
So that's how I would feel about it. Now, I feel like in the case of Bloom and Rage and Expedition, those are both so party-centric games. You are with a group of people and not just one person in any particular. It is about the group. I feel cool with taking all those characters out of best character unless there's such a massive exception for one of those two that y'all want to keep on. I'll take off Swan Holloway right now.
So here's my perspective.
Talk to me.
Okay, so South of Midnight is not it's obviously a different type of ensemble cast. It's
Mhm.
rather than being just the simple group, like just simply the main characters that rather than being the main characters you're with the entire game, it's just characters that you're learning more about them, you're seeing their demons.
Yeah, this
and
is
all
true.
and all the pain that they've either been through or have caused to others.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yes.
and like for just an example, Laurent.
Mm-hmm. I was just pulling him up to refresh myself who he is, but yeah, you're right. He had a good backstory.
He had a good backstory. His Steingold plays him, like voices him. Is like this is just one example of all different characters, and it's a probably the best sample because while there are other characters who don't really have the same kind of weight in terms of performance.
Mm-hmm.
The character that don't speak, that don't actively speak to you, like it's like a certain tree.
Oh yeah, they're like background characters, or like they're
And
not
our
directly, they're not interacting in the present tense of the story.
Yeah, or even a character that you can't really talk to.
Mm-hmm.
That you find out was actually that just pulls a Jurassic Park, or just
Think I get what you're putting down.
yeah.
Yeah, it's I agree that Laurent is a good character. But if I had to pick, it's still Hazel. Like, that's the thing. Like, I think Laurent's a good character. I think, folks like Catfish are entertaining, despite them not being on this list. I think, who else do we have on here? Crouton, is that like the little sidekick buddy you play as sometimes?
Yeah.
Crouton is okay. I gotta be honest, I didn't even love
He's really just a gameplay mechanic. He's not really a character.
Exactly. That's why I'm like down for cutting Crouton.
How fucking dare you?
Are you serious?
You're gonna tell me that
I'm gonna
Crouton
delete
is
Swan, by the
nothing
way.
more than a gameplay mechanic? What if you put any kind of dog in any kind of game and you were like, oh, he's just a gameplay mechanic. He doesn't get to be a friend.
Call
Are
of Duty
you
Ghost.
kidding? Call of Duty exactly. If freaking dog yes. Are you kidding?
Look,
I don't
okay.
know.
Are you riding dying? Are you riding and dying for Crouton right now? Is that what's happening?
Not at all.
Okay.
I will not
Like
die on
Crouton's
this hill.
fine. Crouton is fine. Crouton
But
is cute.
put
If
some
there was a cheap
respect on
plushie
his
available
name.
for him, I would buy him. I'll put respect on his name by taking it off this fucking list.
Thank you.
All right, Crouton's cool, but like maybe let's do the efficient method that we've been doing in previous episodes. Let's go around. Everyone's gonna bold their number one choice on here. Now, I'll start us off. Know what I did? All right. We'll start off with Al because Al made a bold. Kai from Avowed is Al's number one pick. Very interesting. Now let's keep going around. Graydon, which out of this list, who would you want to bold? And I've deleted Swan for the listeners at home. Swan from Lost Records.
Let's see. Man, I hate to do this. Because it's going against what I was just like believing in. But this is why I asked. I gotta go for my man Gustav.
Oh shit! Oh, it's ready to take all the expedition people off. I should have done it. You son of a bitch. Josh, are you about to break my heart too?
I mean, if we're keeping it on, I would pick Verso.
Shit!
Oh my god, no! You no!
I'm telling y'all
I
right
love
the fuck
Verso,
now. We're
but
not
I
having
can't
two
pick
Clairs
him
on
over.
here.
That's why I
pick
can't.
him
That's
over
why I didn't want.
Gustav.
I can't. That's why I want Claire. I love all of the characters so much. I feel gross picking any of them over another.
Well, we're gonna have that conversation directly, but first, let me just say I've bolded Shooty from Shooty Robot Invasion. That is my character.
Listen, I'll take back Gustav to pick someone else if we want to do that. If Josh and I want to hold hands, because even if you look at this,
I'm
Josh,
finding Claire.
We would have to fight, I think, to get third place.
I think so too.
All due respect to Clair Obscur, I think we're all correct. We should take it off of this category so it can go in its rightful place in the next category. So we're gonna take all the Clair expeditions off. So goodbye Gustav, goodbye Esqueen, goodbye Verso.
Esqueen.
And so now, what did I said it wrong. I know it. What is it supposed to be?
Goodbye, Esqueen.
God damn it. Well, they're dead anyway. It's fine. I don't actually know if that's true for the narrative or not. Anywho, so I've highlighted Shooty. So that means for you two, y'all got to think of a new person to bold as your number one on this list. So Josh, let's go for you first.
Yeah, Josh.
Do Pauline.
Wow. All right. Big donkey boy. Let's go. All right. And what about you, Graydon?
What is going on? Too early to be falling apart at the seams.
I'm feeling myself, dog. I got some look because I overslept last night on the original recording night. I got some rest, so I'm feeling all right.
All right,
donkey show right here.
Big donkey boy. This is tough. It's tough to be the last person when I know I'm picking. Like I see all your choices and I'm like hell, I'm picking one of those. So like we're gonna have a showdown. But who do I want to put my weight behind here? I feel like I could sway people better with
don't get political. Follow your heart.
Avenue. Everything is political, Emmett. Let's see. I'm gonna go with the one that I added. I'm gonna go with Laurent.
Okay. Wow. God damn it. Fuck.
I think I like Laurent's story better than Hazel. Like I just it kind of like going off of what I was saying. Like everyone in South of Midnight has like you see their demons, you see what's going on with them, and I think that even though Hazel's like the mirror to our world. I know she's got the thing with her mom going on, but like basically she is our mirror to that world, and we get to experience the stories. And if I had to pick a story, it would be Laurent's story. I like what was going on with him.
All right, well, let's have
And
the
he's just
Laurent
cool.
conversation. He is so cool. He looks so put together, and just like, look, it's a meme how like, oh, black hairstyles in video games, all they have is cornrows or the afro. This is like he has, look, it's a lot of black people, a lot of black culture in South of Midnight overall in general. A lot of different ways to be black portrayed in this game. You want to talk about black hair? Yeah, Hazel has cool hair. Hazel's mom has cool hair. Some other characters have cool hair. This guy got a fade that is like the aura on this man because of that fade and that damn earring. he is just so fucking cool. But at the end of the day, yeah, he's cool, but then he has a tragic story to kind of show why he's so like collected all the time. And that's just not, I think
It's
Laurent's
just
story, like you said, is cool, but Hazel as a personality is
it's
more
not that
entertaining.
it's not that it's cool. It's ultimately tragic because everything that happens to his father,
Yeah.
everything that
Mhm.
like, and usually like if it's with the side character, you mainly find all this information via notes or basically text in text form. With this you get. I mean, you could say this for both for the entire game, but you're getting both visual information and data, and you're getting text
That's
information
true.
and data.
You're
And
getting it from both sides.
and
I don't know,
honestly,
man. I think Hazel has so much. I like the spunk of Hazel. I like the pizzazz. I like the attitude that she has. Where Laurent, you get so little time with him. Laurent couldn't hold up a whole narrative around him alone. That's why he had to be a chapter. But Hazel is just so. It's not even that she's more fun. It's just that she's more multifaceted. Like, because she has moments of like despair and disappointment and being upset. It's just not all quips, but she just has like this casualness. Like, there are women in my life that are Hazel, but Laurent, you know what? The difference is, I bet I know some Laurents, but I don't know their backstory.
Hmm.
I bet that's
And-
the difference. Where both of these people are in my life, but only one of them I recognize. The other ones, I might not know that they're a Laurent until I get to know them. You know what I mean?
yeah, there's like the whole sub story of, as I mentioned, with the notes found in the factory area. When you find out that how he basically is like how slowly he ages, for example, compared to everyone else around him.
Mhm.
How
Yeah, kind of
there's
looks like it.
yeah, and I don't know if this is I don't know if I wasn't paying attention, but the really as with Hazel through Hazel's mother, and the kind of like tension because it ended with Hazel's mother
Mhm.
and
Yeah. Yeah,
Laurent.
that's true too. He was almost a stepdad looking like that.
Yeah, and
Mhm.
Mm.
he chooses when out of all the character all the characters up to that point that could have that ended up being a boss fight that could have like the the scene where Hazel's trying to ask him to help, and at the same time he's trying to help her by telling her to to get out of the area before he transforms.
Mhm.
He's
Mm.
out of just about everyone in the entire game. he's one of the few, one of if not the one of the like one of the few, if not only characters that is not like whose backstory you're finding out, and find out he's not like a piece of shit, like as you did with Benji and
You find there's like layer
Miss
to them,
something.
but I think he starts with the inverse.
Yeah.
It's interesting that like you walk in thinking, "Oh, this is the stepdad that left my mom. Fuck him," but then you find out, "Oh wait, he's broken inside." So that gives something. You know what? Especially because I'm not the one fighting for Hazel in this category anyway. I'm gonna let Laurent slide. I'm gonna take Hazel off.
I think it's an interesting thing, though, that the two of the people that were not fighting for my choice made a good case for my choice. Either of you want to question your picks, huh?
I'm gonna take off the rest of the South of Midnight characters in the meantime, but sorry. Please continue.
No, you can take off Kai. Take off Kai.
Oh, really? I didn't mean to do that.
No. I realized that because I can actually I can explain. I can basically explain why.
Okay.
I'm switching to Laurent.
We've been filibustering for this man.
Because Kai is the one of the few, like he's probably the only character in Avowed that I care about. And that game is a whole slew of other of interesting characters and various other like for example the someone who just like there's a guy who in a basically putting a bunch of like animals, or not animals, like the equivalent of orcs under his spell.
Jeez.
And you can choose to then and there's an option to help him, or to like tell people that either he's not a problem, he's gonna be fine, but in reality he's gonna do some bad shit. Like you got that type of character, but Kai is the Nick Valentine of Avowed.
I never would have guessed. Yeah.
In the sense that every character, like Kai, feels like if you took him out of the game would be it wouldn't be worth playing. And it's like Nick Valentine with Fallout 4. The only character I personally, when I think of Avowed, when I think of Fallout 4, I think of Nick Valentine. I think about those eyes, those yellow scent eyes.
You right? Okay.
And what I like, I'll get more into it when we get to best performance, because Brandon Keener, a lot of the love I have for the character is because of Brandon Keener. So
well, I'll be all right.
So
I'll
he
give
could
you
get
that.
some representation in best performance.
Indeed. We may very well come back around to him. So I guess I'll take off Kai.
Well,
and
let's put Kai back on for a second.
Oh,
okay. Shit! An audible from left field.
It's not going to be much of an audible because listen, I love. She's adorable. Not do anything for her character, really. The main reason I love her character
thank you for saying it.
I just find her adorable. She makes me smile every time she's like dancing around with Donkey Kong and everything. And I think Jenny Kidd does a great job with her, with the voice acting and everything. But like compared to the other ones on here, she's not nearly as much of a character as the rest. So I'm totally cool with taking her off and leaving Kai on there.
Okay. I mean, we can leave Kai on there. You know what?
I think it's
You feel
that kind of begs a greater question of where best character ends and best performance begins, because
huh.
the voice actor interpreting the written lines
I think of
versus
it as
character the way the character is written, the design, the appearance.
the way I
Everything.
think of a performance versus a character is how crazy is this character to where I know that they couldn't exist in real life, so that becomes a lot of effort for a real person to have to portray that. Like, no disrespect to this person I'm about to say, because I love her very much and I love all her roles, etc., etc. But Keke Palmer plays Keke Palmer. She's it. I love her, but that's just the truth. So I'm not gonna be
Looking
like,
at
oh,
you,
best performance.
Zendaya.
Wait. Zendaya has a little bit of range though. Zendaya plays some different people, but
I would like to see it.
you know what? Pause. Actually, hold up. I'm connecting some dots because I was about to say, does she not play different people as Mary Jane in the Spider-Man movies and then Euphoria? And then I'm like, wait, she's like socially awkward in both of those. So like, oh well. In any case, yes, that's the point I'm making though, where you're kind of playing the same character because you're a character actor. You play that character, but a performance comes about when it's like, this is so, you really had to exert some effort to put yourself in a place to do those actions and to say those lines. So when it comes to Kai versus Pauline I feel like is on this list for the same reason that Crouton was on this list. They're cute. They have a lot of personality and they're cute, but they're not really adding anything to the narrative. They don't really go through anything. The story's not about them.
And you know what? You know who else would be in that pile of characters? Esquine.
Esquine too. I said Esquee. God damn it.
Esquine,
I'm
right,
realizing
sorry.
how I was wrong.
Esquine.
Esquine. Good God. Yeah, so I know that we gave best character to Astrobot, but the whole game was built around the cuteness and the simplicity of that character. Like, the game was the character, so that felt appropriate here. But all these little side mascots, they're all side mascots. We have real characters here next to them. So you know what? Are we just going to take off all the Wonderstop people and the main character from Mind's Eye?
It's not even the main character from Mind's Eye.
Who the fuck is Hunter Morrison? None of us are going to know.
He's a doctor that you meet. He's kind of like he's the comic relief, but he's also like the okay, fuck it, I'll explain it a little bit. He's the
Pause.
the father
is he the
of
guy
the
who looks
he's played by an
ahead.
actor that's like kind of well known but for small roles, but I can't go off the top of my head, so I guess he's not well known, but you know what I mean. You would recognize him, I think. But yeah, he's like the father of the company. Basically, if Tim Apple were fucking up Apple to the point that like we're making weapons, topical, I guess. But and then we were like, we gotta find Steve Jobs. He'll fix everything. He's the Steve Jobs.
Oh.
Of Mind's Eye.
I've seen this guy before.
Do we know this guy? What's he from?
He's in such classics as
he was on Star Trek Picard.
He's on Criminal Minds and CIS.
Rebel
Moon Part 1.
No. Dominic Burgess was on The Good Place or the Good Place.
Yes, he was.
Wait, no.
Fuck. Palm Royale.
Yeah, no. This guy. Wait, this can't be who I think it is.
You were right about the Star Trek Picard. You're right about that.
No. Oh man, please tell me this is not who I think it is.
The Perfect Couple. He's in a couple, like you said, smaller roles from stuff that you might have seen. But yeah, no. He's worth taking off though. Yeah. I feel like that's the conclusion we're coming to. Okay. Yeah.
Oh yes.
Because if it was the guy from Mafia 3 who's also in Mind's Eye, I would have had a deeper conversation. But like, I don't care about the fucking doctor.
No, I might have put him in best performance though. I wanted to give that guy a shout out. Yeah, Alex Hernandez for Jacob Diaz. That's the main character. But yeah,
Okay.
because I felt bad that he's like,
Okay,
His
okay.
remember that
face is
article?
attached to
Right,
that
mediocrity.
article that was like, oh, he can't get any roles anymore because of Mind's Eye.
Yeah.
Um,
Mafia 3 was already on thin ice because it came out technically bad, but the story was great. But still. Anyway.
So he was on. He was.
Oh, wait, we're still talking about the doctor.
Yeah, Alan figured out who it is.
Yeah. He was. He was in. He was in season he was in the first season revival of Doctor Who.
Ah, okay,
Oh.
okay. That makes sense. That makes sense. So he does have quite a rap sheet, but it's a rap for him on this list. Graydon,
Ironically,
you're Mr. Wonderstop. What about these two?
No. That's Alan. Alan played more
Oh,
Wonder Stop
wait.
than I did.
Oh my God! I'm
Yeah.
sorry, I got it twisted.
yeah,
Al.
Boro, because just he's just
That's the bald guy, right?
yeah,
Yeah, he looks sweet.
just he.
Hmm.
Boro is the type of character who is ultimately where I'd like to be someplace mentally.
Hmm.
Like
like that.
that's my ideal kind of like just frame of mind to be, just because nothing phases him,
This is true.
and
Can't bring his spirit down.
okay, so this is going to be a bit of a mid cut.
Okay.
There's an episode of Walking Dead that focused on Morgan.
Yes.
And it was the episode that basically explained how Morgan got Zen somehow. Like he's now has a whole bunch of like Zen, like he's not the broken person he was back in season 3.
He fights with a staff now.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And it's because of the character, I forgot, I think it's Eastman, because character, I'm pretty 99% sure the character naming was an homage to TMNT.
Okay.
Like, so because it was like Eastman and Laird were the creators
Okay.
of TMNT,
Making sense.
and the actor who plays the sort of the spiritual teacher to Morgan it reminds me of Boro, and
I wish I could remember this.
yeah, no, because it's literally like the character, like the main character of Wanderstop, when she meets him, it feels like a action RPG character meeting just a wise man who has everything figured out, and any problems simply just rolls off his arm and doesn't get to him at all.
Huh.
And it was
Which
really
is kind of the vibe of Wonderstop, is like
Yeah.
finding that moment of respite in the action.
not even that, simply just finding peace,
Yeah.
like finding peace and ending your inner conflict,
I like it.
which in turn brings me to Gerald.
Oh,
I
boy.
love Gerald. He is a knight, or he's a knight, or he's a knight in parentheses, or not
Quotations.
parentheses, quotations.
Mm-hmm.
And the entire time you're interacting, like every time you interact with him, he's doing some weird out of pocket stuff, but not in the worst ways.
Hmm.
And the thing is, he's doing he does what he does because, one, he's a knight, and he really wants to impress his son,
Hmm.
and
That's nice.
Yeah,
Hmm.
it's like, and then like just
He just has
I
a
could
very fascinating story to him.
yeah there could be a whole side thing, a whole side episode about the characters of these various games.
Which is what I'm trying to avoid.
Yeah. Oh,
But yeah,
I'm
you
just
could definitely go on.
um like
I feel. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
like the last thing I'm just gonna end my spiel on Wonderstop or these two particular characters with a particular interaction with Gerald. He mentions his like his like his weapon is a stop sign. And it breaks down the whole thing of where'd you find that? And it's like, and him not knowing what the stop sign, like what the whole point of it is.
Hmm.
And it turns into a whole like, what is going on here?
Hmm.
And
I
there
agree with that.
are technically more like there are other characters who have their own going on, but I mainly just wanted to. I felt Gerald would be a good approximation of of how the side characters in the game are handled. So
Okay. I like it. Yeah, Wonderstop seems like it has a large cast of side characters, so it's good it got a shout out here, but no one decided to fall on that sword. All right, so here's where we're at. I mean, honestly, dude, now that we're at the last four, I haven't said anything about Shooty yet. And
yeah,
Josh,
speak.
I'm gonna speak, but you've already fallen on a grenade of Pauline. Are you? Because I thought I was gonna have to defend Shooty, but it seems like I might get her at my number 3, like I expected.
Weirdly, I'm like so cool with you giving Shooty things. Like I just I respect it and I want to play the game, but I haven't yet. I will fight you in certain things. I will not let you make it game of the year.
I don't think I'm
But-
gonna fight that hard for it. I'll get it on the
But,
list maybe, but that's it.
but yeah, let Josh. It's Josh's choice.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
All right.
Hey,
We'll take off Pauline.
Big Donkey Boy has spoken, or whatever you called him.
Well, the donk is down, so and very quickly, I'll just say for me, for Shooty, Shooty Robot Invasion, the funniest game I played all year. One of the funniest games I've ever played. Shooty is the main character that you play as. Shooty is a bitch. She fucking sucks. She is self-centered as all hell, just selfish, kind of just shitty. But she goes through some transformations. She goes through some experiences. By the end of the game, she kind of sort of is still a little bit of a bastard, but in service of something. She is a bastard with purpose. She is a vessel for violence, but for a purpose, to protect. She is no longer scalpel without a hand to guide it. So she has very good progression, and the whole game is funny. In fact, there was the president of the United States, I forget his name, but the president of the United States in the game, I almost put on here, but I couldn't think of his name, so I said fuck it. But the president of the United States in this game, I think is like Jack Duddy or something. He actually, I'm just gonna say it. His character is hilarious because he's an absolute idiot, but he somehow keeps failing upward. And the whole game, he continues to fail upward and upward and upward.
That's real life.
That
is a
is
game.
It's real life, but like Jack Duddy is a endearing idiot. He's like, he is
I've never met one of those.
That sounds like, honestly, that sounds like Kyle MacLachlan's character from Portlandia.
I'm potentially not too far off. I mean, Jack Duddy, I mean, look, he is both a parody of political figures who are just ignorant and stupid, but just give people a good vibe so they vote for him anyway. But also there's a point in the game where you have an opportunity to like dig into his backstory. And he is the most like childlike, I just want to help people. Like from childhood until now, he's like, I just want to do the right thing. And it is like, what a SpongeBob, but instead of his dream as being a fry cook, he wants to be president of the United States. It's literally that, to the point where once you stop seeing him in the story towards the end, it is like he has such a send off that it's like, you know what? I thought this guy kind of sucked, but like the more I learned about him, the more I'm like, you know what? I like this guy a lot, and I wish he was in the story more. So you very quickly turn on him, and it's kind of similarly with Shooty, where the more you learn about Shooty, the more you're like, oh, so that's why she's like that. There are reasons. There's reasons that she's like that, but also there's reasons for her to. She's gone through a lot, and she latched on to different things as a child, and that trauma kind of gets taught through a lot of the game, and then by the end of it, her personality doesn't. She's not a completely different person, but it's just what motivates her flips, or something motivates her at all, and that's what flips. So yeah, I really like Shooty. I really like Jed Duddy too, and I almost want to switch it, but no, I'm gonna just keep it as Shooty. We're not gonna get crazy here. It is Shooty. Now, do we like that arrangement? I kind of feel like, based off the conversations we were talking about, we should switch to top two.
Yeah.
What are we looking at?
We're looking at best character. Right now we have Kai, Avowed. We have Laurent from South of Midnight, and then we have Shooty at number 3. I think Laurent should be number 1 from our conversations. Yeah?
I do too.
Yeah.
All right. We're making it so.
Wow.
That, ladies and gentlemen,
my on a whim choice became the number 1.
I can't believe it. Can't believe it.
Sometimes, speaking of failing upwards.
Yeah. Yeah, talk about it.
Happens.
Talk about a tragic backstory. And with that, we've solved one category today. Best character, sponsored by Astrobot. Your winners. Your winners for this category are Shooty from Shooty Robot Invasion at number 3, Kai from Avowed at number 2, and Laurent from South of Midnight as your number 1. I can't believe it worked out that way.
Laurent was also the name of the bad guy vampire in the first Twilight.
That is a very vampire sounding name, because it's a very French sounding name, because it's a very New Orleans sounding name.
Hold on, I gotta call an audible. Am I wrong about that?
Well, he was kind of like the imposing black man, but like
Imposing black
man. Being a black vampire means that you're a bad guy.
No, it does not. Okay, yes.
I am so glad this is picking up.
He's like, watch out for the guy I kissed, or
True,
whatever he says.
he's very helpful in the end. Yes, PG would like to disclaimer that being named Laurent and a black man does not mean that you and a vampire. Oh,
This is Laurent. I'm looking at him now. Here's the thing about, you know what? If you want a cheat code, to just make sure your kid ends up dark skinned and hot, just name them Laurent.
that is true. That's a good way to go.
That's how it works. Because I'm looking at pictures of this man from Twilight, and he's like, what if the fucking guy with the tiger in The Walking Dead was a vampire?
Yeah.
And
He's
like
pretty
maybe
rad.
15 years younger. So yeah, shout out to Laurent.
Hey, put some
Anywho,
respect.
that was an
Fair
incredible
enough.
moment. Shout out to the hypothetical Mrs. Webb for that one. That was a good alley-oop. Now let's go to the next category. Let's go to the next category, everybody. Best ensemble cast, sponsored by Call of Duty Black Ops 6. Can't believe Call of Duty won that award last year. Oh my god. Best ensemble cast, sponsored by Call of Duty Black Ops 6. Your top 3 is what we're looking for here. Your nominees are Lost Records, Bloom and Rage, Clair Obscur, Expedition 33, Herdling, South of Midnight, and Pokemon Legends Z-A. Now,
All in favor of getting rid of South of Midnight?
damn, for real. I mean, it did win.
I just feel like we had the conversation about it, and but maybe I don't want to. It's all good.
You know what? I'm actually fine. If I really think about it, I'm fine with getting rid of South of Midnight. It hurts because after South of Midnight, I only feel some type of passion about 2 other entries on here, and then I just have to let y'all fight about the rest. So we could take South to Midnight off, but then I'm gonna have less to say in general, which is maybe for the best.
Well, I'm okay. I'll start a contention, but I also, we'll try to keep it on the shorter side. I'm always interested in how
Oh my
Pokemon
God.
makes it to this list every year, and Alan
Everyone,
usually
I
has a
have to
good
add
reason
something
for
else.
it,
I'm so sorry.
but I want to hear what makes this one special, or could we?
All right, I had to add Shooty Robot Invasion on here too because this
I knew you
absolutely
would.
this is the
I
category.
knew you would. You would.
I'm so
I give you.
sorry.
I give it to you in the last one, and you do this to me.
I'm so sorry.
On
I
this
had
the
to.
day
I
of
gotta
my
be
throat is
real.
wetting.
Jeez. All right. So here's the thing. I feel like for me, it's between Shooty and Lost Records for my personal number one on this category. But I feel like I don't have too much support from the gallery on Shooty being here when it already barely got on last time. So perhaps I'll wait until I need to argue that down. But Al, I know you're Pokemon, the monarch of Pokemon. Legend Z8, that's you, right?
Yeah.
All right. Do you want to explain I'm gonna come around to hurdling too,
Oh.
Graydon. So get ready.
Okay.
Yeah, so the main thing that Z-A has is its main characters, as it's basically just returning to where things once were over a decade ago, and the characters, like the main characters, you've got Naveen, who is actually the most, I imagine, the most relatable person, like the most relatable Twitch viewer. You've got
subs. Drop some L's in the chat.
you've got Lita, who is obsessed with dancing because her brother was literally the obsessed with in Pokemon X and Y, and he was one of the main characters. He was like the top main character, or one of the top main characters in that game. You got Tawny or Bane. It, depending on what it is, it's one or the other. But it's all the other bizarre characters. So like there's AZ, who I brought up I think 2 or 3 years ago.
Great rapper. The best part of Illmatic, if you ask me. These are all true facts.
That was a phenomenal. I like that. That was very good.
Thank you. I
Very good
that.
joke is good.
So
it's so good I didn't laugh. I just said it was good.
The best way to say this is like there's a really big cast in Pokemon Legends ZA, and there's character Corbo, who is part of the Rust Syndicate.
Corbin Blue is in that game?
Corvo. So the main character of Dishonored.
From Dishonored? I gotta play this game. Sorry.
One joke begets another. Anyway, as you were saying, Al.
Okay, so the entire time, based on the entire history of Pokemon, you're expecting a character who leads a group called the Rust Syndicate to be simply like just bad, and then you find out, oh no, these people are actually this group is actually the antithesis of like a Team Rocket or a Team Magma or Team Aqua, Team Flare, and Corbo is like he literally said there's a whole scene where he says, albeit in text form, because one can't have voice acting.
Yeah.
That he grew up homeless in Lumiose or in Kalos. And it thing where he wants anyone to experience what he had to go through, even where and it's will be. I'll mention this more in best moment. There's a point where he, rather than simply backing you with bot like people to basically people to like his way of helping in a like during a crisis is getting everyone coordinated who has no idea what's going on, and like making sure there's food and drink and stuff for them, so they can try to ride out what's happening. And then there's a whole thing where you find out that from Pokemon X and Y is not only alive but actually a good guy now. And and then there's a whole thing with Zygarde, who is looming over the entire game.
Boy, howdy!
And frankly, I'm stretching everything I'm saying because I'm trying to avoid
3 hours
spoiling.
Make me a liar. I'm kidding.
No, honestly, I'm just trying to avoid accidentally mentioning what happens with the end stretch of the game.
I understand. Definitely going to talk that later, it seems. So, it's coming, but yeah, I can understand that. All right. So Pokemon Legends. Yes.
Sorry. There's another character, Emma, who is, she took over the Liquor Bureau, which is a whole thing to itself in relation to the lore of the series. And then she also was homeless prior to being taken in by Looker. And ironically, this is the character kind of went a smidge viral because people were thirsting after her. And people were
always.
Like, finally, like everyone's thirsting after a character in a Pokemon game who is an adult. But that's its own thing.
I hate that even has to be said.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to be clear nowadays, man. I saw them files. Or I used to be on Twitter once. In any case,
I saw a live leak
references
video
to topical things. Yeah. Oh God, that's even worse. Oh, I'm praying for you. Bleach those eyes. In any case, so Pokemon Legends Z-A has a decent ensemble cast. I really want to. Yeah, go ahead.
I'm not attached to it getting, like, I'm not. I'll defend it, but I won't defend.
You won't
defend
like
it viciously.
Burn every bridge for it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because honestly, the Legends Arceus, that ensemble cast is much stronger than this one.
Okay. All right, then that's fair. So, would you say that's your number one? Because we're now in the bolding phase. Would you say that's your number one on this list? Pokemon Legends.
Emmett, number one, the bullet.
Oh God, my gun is holstered. No bullets yet. I honestly want to know what everyone else is going to number one first before I say mine. But please go ahead.
My number one is Lost Records.
Well, okay.
I love that so much.
Boy, howdy. Okay,
Alan, I love
Josh.
you to pieces.
I love you too. Josh, what are you gonna say?
It's gonna be a Clair Obscur for me.
I. Now, Graydon, what the fuck do you have?
We out here winning, Emmett. We stay winning. Should I?
Oh.
Should I just throw in hurdling just to fuck with you? No. I like. I mean,
Good God.
honestly, I'm happy with whatever. I will. Can I just briefly mention? We'll get rid of it.
Yes, please.
So I think I talked about it on a players club, and if I did so,
You did.
have previously.
did.
Yes.
yeah, and I've just kind of outpoured a lot of love for this game. I never gave you the update on what happens in
Yeah.
the part 2 of the hurdling. I finally sent out the letter to the devs, and they sent me
Mhm.
back a fun little patch with one of the corns, whatever they're called on it, the animal that you heard in hurdling.
Aw.
So very cute. But yeah, shout out to those devs. Shout out to that. A beautiful game about, peacefully herding animal. Put the ensemble in there just because I wanted to give it a little nod that, like, you really do build up your herd and you get to name each, and finding new animals to bring into your herd always feels really, like, special. Loved about it, mentioned on the play that, like, unfortunately lost one of my characters. They appear the herd as like a ghost, and whenever you got to a save area,
Yeah.
like
Oh.
a little rest area at the end of the location, they all kind of sleep around a campfire, and the ghost would show up as well. And it's just like the spirit is always if you lose, and it's just really beautiful. So like I wanted to nominate them as ensemble because I feel yeah.
These are the same devs who did Endling Extinction is Forever.
I
Or am
think they
thinking of
did
different
far.
developer?
They did Far Changing Tides, or Lost
Yeah.
Okay.
Tides, or whatever it's called. I don't know who did Changeling or Endling, but
Yeah, because
I'm
that's
looking
one I've
up
been meaning to
both.
play for a while. But yeah, I mean, everybody's ensemble is different in this game, and you can definitely miss out on certain animals in your herd. I think I don't know if I had a full herd. I missed some, but yeah, it's just something really really beautiful about the way that game relationship of your characters. So shout out to Herdlin, go and play it, and I hope that they make more games that are just as honestly. I just hope they make a sequel, because I would really I'd like a sequel where you could bring in different animal types and just do a bit more. But yeah, awesome game.
Well, fun fact: their next game is a Pinball Roguelike. Comes out this year.
Oh,
Demo just
fucking
came out not that
great!
long ago, actually.
Don't we love it?
We joke. It looks cool. It has a unique art style, very much so inspired by the hurdling side of the artscape. So
Okay.
it looks cool. It looks very cool. I in fact, this demo is on my computer already before I even mentioned it. So
Oh, nice.
I'm gonna try that. Also, I wanted to answer your question earlier. Okamotive does hurdling and Farlone sales and Farting Tides, and Endling Extinction is Forever. That is Hero Beat Studios. So those are the two devs behind those. So we're taking hurdling off. I am going to say, look, I already said why I thought we'll take off Pokemon. All right, Pokemon's gone. I'm gonna say the same thing that I said last time. South to Midnight, got so much respect for you. I don't think that ensemble as a whole is super duper strong, especially compared to some of these other heavyweights. So I'm gonna take that off as well, especially since no one bolded it. And I get to keep Shooty on here. Because look, let's keep it real. Before I added Shooty, I was definitely gonna be in the Lost Records camp. In fact, I kind of want to fight for Lost Records as number 1. But I don't know how much I can get away with that.
Josh, did you play Lost Records?
I did not know.
Now, I'll also be clear, I've only played the first tape. I understand things go way farther than that in tape 2, but the first tape was enough to get me on the boat of Lost Records.
It's so hard, man. as someone that played both of these top two and loves both of them dearly, like these are probably my 2 game of the years. Oh man. Honestly, if we had Herdling in there, it'd be my top 3 game of the years probably.
Jesus.
But yeah, oh man. Lost Records, I really want to win this because I purposely didn't want to put any of the single characters because they work so well as a unit. And like I've said, it brings back that old feel of, I mean, Don't Nod always gets it right, but it brings that old Life is Strange feeling where like everyone that comes into the story feels like, oh man, I love this person, I hate this person. I know this person, and you're just kind of in it.
Yeah, like
you
I know
If-
the archetype of this person. Like this type of person
Yeah,
is like down the street for me.
exactly. Like what Emmett
And
said
not-
about the South of Midnight people.
And not only, yes, you're right, but not only that, I feel like Lost Record is really good at it knows that it is aiming for not just the Life is Strange crowd again, but the exact people who played Life is Strange a decade ago and are older now and thinking back to when they were preteens and teens and adolescents who were playing Life is Strange and had a deep emotional connection to it. They made that game with the understanding that these people are older now and that these people have a different perspective on that old version of themselves, and it's looking back as much as it's telling a story. As much as it is about nostalgia, it is painting that picture of nostalgia with such a reverence that is like impossible. Like I kept saying it on Blue Sky when I playing it, this is one of the most intimate games I've ever played, and I think it is intimate because you are getting the portrayals of all these characters is so like raw and non-judgmental, and yeah, it's playing into archetypes, but I've never once felt like, oh well, this is the personality spunky girl, she's gonna make a joke. Oh, this is the one with all the gumption and the tenacity, she's gonna do something headstrong. Like I'd never felt that way. These felt like real, fully developed characters, and part of that is because of how they're introduced. Like you don't get the full character profile that, oh, everything they are as a character is distilled into this one point. You kind of meet all of them in this messy way, and you're having interactions that reveal parts of them in every interaction, but never all of them in any particular moment. Lost Records just does great stuff with character work, and then the fact that like you still see those core personality traits in the future as old people, but clearly they've grown into the people that they're meant to be at this point. It's Lost Records is so fucking cool, but I'm sure Clair Obscur is cool too.
And well, and to make an argument for Clair Obscur, or at least to mention it, I feel like Clair Obscur, the characters are excellent on the basis of like a party of heroes. It's the typical RPG thing where like you really want to have like damn good characters, and I bet as someone who has played a lot of RPGs, Josh would probably agree this is one of the cooler, more enjoyable groups that has come along in recent years of like really, everyone's got their own personalities, you have relationship levels with people, you learn more about them. um but I feel, and it's hard to make these comparisons because on the other hand, Lost Records is so narrative heavy. It's trying to tug at your heartstrings. It's trying to tell you a story by making you live alongside these characters. There's nothing but character development, so to speak. So it's a really difficult toss-up.
Oops, all character development.
It is. It's oops, all character development. I mean, to be fair, Clair Obscur is very cutscene heavy, very relationship heavy. I've learned from coworkers that like there's stuff in Clair Obscur I didn't even know happens because I didn't do a lot of the side quests, and like not even just side quests, but like hard dungeons that I was like, that's endgame stuff. I don't want to do that. And yeah, you don't even barely know that character because you didn't do that. And it's like that's crazy. That's character development blended with your action. And I don't even know what to say to that. they're two incredibly well made games.
They are. So it seems like the main conflict, if any, because it seems like we've agreed on these top three, is Lost Records first or Clair Obscur. And let's go around. We're gonna just point blank. You got for your number one, or for the number one of this three list that we have going. So Josh, we'll start with you. Number one, Clair Obscur or Lost Records.
My number one's going to be Clair Obscur just because that's the one I've played. So but I'm cool with putting it at number two, since I will concede that I am the only one going to vote for it. So I'm not going to push my weight to try and force it into the number one slot.
You're seeing the writing on the wall.
It's truly something where like I would give it a tie if I was like at gunpoint. Like I could give them both the number one for their own reasons, and they're both so. I hate that I have to choose. I hate it so much. And honestly,
which one of your children do you love more?
It really is. I feel like if you played Clair Obscur, you would feel that same way, and you'd be like, I don't even know how to do this.
Look, it's Clair Obscur is such a weird. There's a lot of games like this, but Clair Obscur is one of these as well, where it's like everything I hear about this game, it's like I know that game is specifically designed to make me fall in love with it. So because I know that I will, I kind of have just surrendered myself to that inevitability. And it's like, well, I never need to play it because I know I already love it. Because it's just inevitable. So like, I mean, I still own it. It's in my PS5 right now. I'll get around to it at some point when I have 40 hours to spare. But I just know I'm going to love it. Where Lost Records felt like more of a, it's up in the air. Because it got like 70s down the line critic-wise, it's like, oh, either this is really going to hit for me or it's not. And it did. Mm-hmm. So, that's kind of where I'm at. If I was picking one, I would say Lost Records because, yes, that is the one that I played. But also, it's just like that game is designed. Now that I've beat the first tape and I know where it's going to end up, I feel like this game is designed to just ruin me emotionally. And it's going to do so because I care about the people in the game, especially that one person that we've been hinted towards in tape one. And considering some of the moments we're going to talk about, I think shit gets crazier than that. So yeah, Lost Records for me.
I think at the end of the day, what it kind of comes down to is Lost Records. Well, yes, both of the games are gonna reel you in. Lost Records is gonna capture your. It's more of a take a chance on this game and it will deliver with what it has to give you. But Expedition 33 feels like, it's made to be that way. Yeah, it is supposed to be that way. But it's more what you find in Lost Records that feels personal to you. Mm-hmm. That is so special about it. I hope that makes sense.
I'll say Clair Obscur definitely feels like it's in grand tradition. Like it is so many JRPGs have these massive sprawling epic narratives with these strong characters that you fall in love with over, 100 hours in a lot of cases. Clair Obscur is of course truncated, but it's still in that grand tradition. Where Lost Records, there's not quite as long of a tradition of these types of games, these very cinematic, narrative heavy, kind of walk around and talk games. Like pretty much Walking Dead might be the first game in that specific tradition, but it's only been a little over a decade now. So it doesn't feel like it's this grand thing. And because of that, it feels a little bit more this land is undiscovered. So let's see what's here rather than, oh yeah, there's trees. We know there's trees. They might be the best trees you've ever seen, but we know they're trees. You know what I mean? So yeah, Lost Records is just is incredible. And Graydon and Al, let's get your number one between Lost Records and Clair. Starting with you, Graydon.
I gotta give it to Lost Records.
Fair enough. And Al?
Lost Records.
All right. In that case, we're gonna leave it as is. Ladies and gentlemen, your winners for Best Ensemble Cast, sponsored by Call of Duty Black Ops 6, are as follows. Number 3, Shooty Robot Invasion. Number 2, Clair Obscur Expedition 33. And number 1, Lost Records Bloomin' Rage. It feels weird to have Clair Obscur not win something, but also we've talked enough about it. It makes sense. So with that, let's get on to the third category. Time check. Let's see where we're at. Okay, we're like an hour in. It's not that bad. All right, let's keep going. Let's keep going. Next category, best performance, sponsored by Anastasia Diachuk of Indica. God, I'm so glad Indica won last year. Once again, we're looking for a top 3 here. Your nominees are Brandon Keener as Kai from Avowed, Adrian Ray as Hazel from South of Midnight, Alex Hernandez as Jacob Diaz from Mind's Eye, Jennifer English as Mael from Expedition 33, Ben Starr as Verso from Expedition 33, Walt Roberts as Catfish from South of Midnight, Jenny Kidd as Pauline from Donkey Kong Bonanza, and Joel Steingold as Laurent from South of Midnight. Put a little French accent on that one. All right. This is going to be an interesting one. I have my bold, but I feel like my bold is... We're going to start off with the bolds here, because otherwise it's going to be like, oh, here's why I like this actor, here's why I like this actor, here's why I like... And it's going to be that for an hour. Let's start off with the bolds. I'm going to start off with Hazel South of Midnight. That is my bold. Out of all the people listed here, out of all the people I feel strongly about, I just fuck with Hazel so much. I've said it earlier, I'll say it again. So much spunk and pizzazz and so much personality, despite the overwhelming circumstances. She can joke in the face of, extreme adversity at times. And also she does go through those emotional parts. She does go through these emotions as well, but she just doesn't lose that spunk about her. And like I said, I know a couple Hazels in my life, and it just feels like such a true to life performance despite the larger than life circumstances. So yeah, Adrian Ray, she did that shit. So good on her. Now let's go on to the next one. Josh, I'm actually going to circle around to you. What's your bold on this one?
Ben Starr.
Benny Starr. Okay. Verso.
Can I just say, so I know that we're like spoiling things, and I'm not gonna like say it, but
I can turn on the spoiler time if we need to.
no, this isn't really much of a spoiler because it didn't spoil it for me. But Ben Starr is not a character that you start off Clair Obscur with, and I was like, he kept getting all these accolades, and I was like, who the fuck is he? Like, I know of him in video games. I know he was in Baldur's Gate, right? That was a big deal.
Nah, he was in Final Fantasy 16.
That's the one. And
Mhm.
and it was just like, oh man, who is this guy gonna be? And then when he showed up, I fell in love with him. And it was like, okay, all right.
I want to
get
ask
it.
real quick, as someone who has not played Clair Obscur but has seen a lot about it, is this the young man? Well, is this the not young man with all the gray hair?
Yeah. No.
Okay. No.
What do you mean
Because
not
here's the thing.
young?
I have seen what looks like an older man with like gray / whitish hair and a gray beard. And I'm not sure if that's Verso. And if it's
No.
not Verso, you could just say it's not Verso.
No, that's who I thought Ben Starr was. And it's
Okay.
not.
Yeah, Verso does have like gray in his hair, but it's also
Yeah.
mostly like just black. Yeah.
And he's younger.
Yes.
All right. Oh, this is Verso. See, I don't know who the fuck this is. I've seen this picture because Verso looks very similar to someone else in that game. And so I don't know what to make of it. I don't know if that's like thematically relevant. So
I don't know.
okay, we'll perhaps we'll talk about that later. But Verso goes hard, apparently. Ben Starr, everyone likes him. Because I know the what is it, Gustav, the main character, that is the guy from Daredevil.
Yeah.
Charlie
Charlie.
Cox. Thank you. So yeah, we'll see. So Verso is the highlighted pick for you. You know what, Graydon? What do you say on this one?
This is really hard, man. This is really fucking hard. Like I said earlier, I want to give Alex Hernandez flowers. I don't want to pick him. I want to say, if you're hiring, he's not like.
Yeah,
I hate that this poor dude.
He was a great Lincoln Clay.
Yeah,
he was perfect as Lincoln Clay. Like I love him so much as Lincoln Clay. He did incredible for that. That he should be getting so much work alone, just off of Lincoln Clay alone. Alex Hernandez, look, he committed to the script he was given. He played that to a T. Even if the material itself wasn't good, that's not his fault. He showed up and he did what he was supposed to do, what he had.
Yeah.
I hope it doesn't affect
It's not
his
the
work in
ending.
the future.
The ending was absolute dog shit. He didn't say, "Hey, I want to walk into a fucking alien portal and leave a cliffhanger that won't fucking nothing will ever come of it." He didn't do
No
that.
way.
That wasn't him.
That's not how that game ends. That's not how that game ends.
Didn't you hear there was a hit piece? There was targeted hit pieces against Mind's Eye.
Yeah, it's called The Creation of Mind's Eye.
Yeah, Mind's Eye,
Was
more
in
like that game
itself-
wasn't on anyone's minds, I guess.
That
God.
game needed the bend so hard.
I hate that
Yeah.
game. That game was on my mind from the moment it fucking got revealed, dude. I almost
keeping a bucket.
pre-ordered
Me
that
too.
goddamn game.
Once people were like, "Hey, this game looks mid," or not even mid, they were like, "Hey, this game looks like the most 7 out of 10 PlayStation 3 game of all time." That's when I was like, "Hey, what? What's this?" That's when I started paying attention because, of course. But and then it came out and it was that, but maybe even slightly worse.
Emmett, you could just lock yourself in a room and play Infamous for the rest of forever.
I'm gonna keep it a buck. You ain't
don't
wrong.
have-
Prototype.
You don't have to try every PS3 ass game. Just play Infamous forever.
But I've done that. I need to get the same hit in different ways.
The prototype.
Yeah, prototype.
It's like I read an article somewhere about how cocaine is cheaper now because it's
Oh,
not as
God.
strong. Because it's not
How-
as strong as
how-
it used to be in the 80s. How
How
did I
are we
get down
here?
this rabbit hole? I don't know. I
it
don't
makes
know.
sense though.
But
You're likening it to the PlayStation
Cocaine-
3 era.
I'm not even done with the tangent. Cocaine is cheaper now because it's not as strong as it used to be in the 80s. And so there's a lot of people that are doing cocaine casually now. But because it's so like not as potent, they're like, "Oh, this shit is weak." So they keep advancing the shit that isn't actually pure cocaine anymore. And that's how you get shit with like meth in it. And then they're like, "Oh, this is the good shit," when really you're just doing meth.
So basically, we're just in a shovelware renaissance until it hits.
It's kind of, but the era of shovelware has just shifted to where it used to be shovelware that reminded you of fucking horrible dog shit, barely even functional PlayStation 1 games. We got into like the Nicktoons Unite PlayStation 2 era. Now we're right squarely in the PlayStation 3, like fucking Thor movie, the video game, Captain America, Batman knockoff. We're in that era of shovel now, and that's where I like it because that's when I grew up.
We're in the era where Sonic Racing Cross Worlds can be a Game of the Year contender.
Oh man, what a fucking good game!
Video gameplay of that Thor game can be found on our YouTube channel .vg.tv.
That is
Oh my
true.
god, that's true.
I forgot about that. That is absolutely true.
Hulk
Holy hell.
Ultimate Destruction.
Yeah. All that and a bag of chips. Speaking of Graydon, what is your
Oh,
highlight?
Yeah. I'm very sorry about that tangent. My other quick little one, Jennifer English, she's been winning like every accolade there is for these. Like Ben Starr's always there with her, but Jennifer English wins them. And as much as I would love her to show up and make another acceptance speech about accepting herself as she is and gay pride, I'm
Hell yeah.
sorry, I cannot vote for her tonight.
Damn, how homophobic of you.
I know. I know that's really awful of me. No, she's fantastic, and Mael is a top tier character that carries that game. So big props. But oh man, I don't want to split. I don't want to split it. I put Catfish on this list because I really like him as a character. But I think I'm gonna put my Bold behind Hazel.
Wow. Okay. Bold behind Hazel. Before I even say anything, Al, what's your bold?
Hi.
Wait, which one? Kai.
Hi.
Okay.
Brendan
Sorry.
Keener.
I thought you said hi for a second. I was like, hello.
Hello.
All right, Brendan Keener is Kai. All right. I gotta be honest. I'm not mad at this. I'm not mad at this at all. Respect to Jennifer English, which it feels weird, and also Laurent. We talked up so much, but I feel like Laurent got its due.
Yeah, and the thing is, Kai on paper is like an 8 out of 10 character, but then once Brandon Keener starts speaking, and Kai is saying all these things, and just being the best character of Avowed, he turns into a 50 out of 10.
Ooh,
And
that performance
ironically,
elevates.
Kai's character in Avowed you can romance.
Really?
Yeah, which was someone at Obsidian knew when he was cast that this will appeal perfectly to the Mass Effect crowd.
Yep. Wow. I mean, any action RPG, they know who they're attracting, but still, like, he gave me Garrus Vakarian vibes from jump, so it makes sense.
Hell,
Wow.
just
Okay.
him on like him back when he does live action stuff, still gives me Garrus Vakarian vibes.
Wow, what a garish man. That is so funny. All right, well, nice. So, I mean, we got our top 3. Now the ones that we didn't pick, Jennifer English is Mael, Walt Roberts is Catfish, Jenny Kidd is Pauline, Joel Steingold is Laurent. I feel like we've talked about all of them except Josh, did you want to say something quickly about Pauline before we wipe her off the slate?
Didn't say in the previous one. She just the way Jenny like performs that character. I wanted to hear everything she said. Like there's moments in that game where you can like just take a nap and heal yourself, and she like pops up to like interrupt the sleep and talk to Donkey Kong for a little bit. And I wanted to listen to every single thing she said just because I just loved her talking during the entire thing. But yeah, I mean, it's just, it was great. The singing and everything, just, it worked for me. I loved it.
I respect that.
I had
respect
no
that.
idea that she was voiced. I don't know why I didn't think
that
there
was
was
like
a voiced character.
One of the biggest features of it. Like, it's Pauline. She sings. She's definitely going to have a voice at the very least.
Oh yeah, she does do some singing, doesn't she? I gotta play Super Mario fucking Odyssey.
I played just enough of it to just know that. So
Someone let me borrow their copy, please, God. I will
please.
not spend $80 on Super Mario Odyssey in 2026.
Have y'all ever seen those TikTok and or Instagram videos where it's a guy that's like, send this to your crush. Please let me hit. Please let me hit.
Yes.
Love those videos. Oh my God. That's what I think about you with that. Hey, anybody got Mario? Please.
Well, people would say that to Pauline too.
Hey, well, in Mario Odyssey, that version.
Yeah, not
Pauline.
this one. Not this one.
Yeah.
Nope.
Unless you're like one of several billionaires. Anywho,
Oh my God.
we're gonna wipe the slate clean of all the people that aren't bolded, and
I am so sick that we have made 2 references like that.
Look.
Can I say something, please?
Speak on it.
The entire time until a certain point, for like 10 or 11 chapters of South of Midnight, I thought Walt Roberts was black.
You know what? Yeah, I get why you would say that.
And when I had to look up the voice cast, I'm like, no, this can't be. This can't be.
Sure enough, it's look. Nothing is more racially ambiguous than a Southern accent. Just in general. Like, if you got a Southern accent, you close your eyes. Yeah, I mean, that's what makes it sound like it's black. Because it's not, you don't have to be black to like grow up with an accent. if that makes sense. All you got to do is be from here. And man, he sounded like he was from here. So A1 on that. It's really, really impressive. Wait, real quick. Catfish got a voice or not a voice? Does he have an actual name or is he just called Catfish?
Catfish.
I'm trying to find I'm on IMDb and I'm like looking at the credits in order and it's like Hazel, then Rue, then Lily, and it's no, Cooter. Who the fuck is Cooter? Who did you say was the voice of Catfish again?
Walt Roberts.
Walt Roberts.
I stopped
This
listening for like
motherfucker.
1 minute. Why did you say cooter?
That's a character in the game. Holy shit! Yeah, nah, that is a white man. That is Walker Texas Ranger white. God bless him. So yeah, impressive performance, but nah, it had to go to a different character, which is Hazel. Now, let's talk about the order. We have Brandon Keener, Kai from Avowed. We got Adrian Ray as Hazel from South of Midnight, and we got Ben Starr's Verso. Are we honestly, just from the vibe of the conversation, feels like we're switching out 1 and 3.
Fine with
Yeah,
that.
perfect. I'm fine with that. Yeah.
Okay. Graydon sounds like you're fine with it as well.
Sorry, I'm pulling it up so I can see. See 1 and 3.
Right
Oh,
now it's
hold on,
Kai
I'm
number
looking at
1, Hazel number 2, Verso number 3. Seems like Verso is number 1 potentially.
Yeah, I could see that. Yeah.
Okay. Now, okay. Let me just do that switch first, because I think, no offense, Al, but I think Kai is definitely going to be number 3. Is there a conversation for Hazel versus Verso? I don't necessarily want to fight for it, but I want to be authentic to the vibe of the conversation, and it seems like that's an open conversation.
Josh, did you play South of Midnight?
I only played maybe like 2 hours of it. It didn't really strike me. That's why I don't feel particularly strong about Hazel, just because nothing really wowed me about that first 2 hours. But I mean, I know you played both of them, so I'm more than happy to let you kind of.
I think, especially in terms of storytelling, Verso is a much more character. His story's a lot more exciting. It's kind of like how with best character I didn't pick Hazel. With but hold on, I'm in my head wrong here. I'm
Uh-oh.
thinking character over performance. All right.
Performance.
Ooh. God, I hope I didn't screw that up from the beginning.
I mean,
Ugh.
you went for Hazel, I believe, during your bolding.
Shit.
God damn.
I'm like, who were the people that we nominated from the beginning?
I can go back. I'll copy what we have now and then just like Control Z until it looks how it used to look.
Oh, good. I'm like that
All
we're
right, there we
seeing
go.
this. There's stuff happening behind the scenes, everyone. Let's see.
There's magic happening here.
Oh my god. Nope, it's okay. I probably wouldn't change anything.
Okay.
I probably wouldn't change anything.
So we're sticking with what we had earlier.
Verso. Yeah, I like Verso as number 1.
All right, Verso is number 1. It is.
That's good.
And with that, it seems like we like the order, so we're gonna go ahead and lock down the list, ladies and gentlemen, and MBs. Best performance, sponsored by Anastasia Diachuk from Indica. Your winners are number 3, Brandon Keener as Kai from Avowed, Adrian Ray as Hazel from South of Midnight, and number 1, Ben Starr as Verso from Expedition 33. Let's
Also,
go.
Congratulations to Ben Starr, because as far as I can recall, I don't think he's won an award for Verso. I think really Jennifer English always wins.
Yeah, I think she does.
He's been nominated, but let's give him props.
Hey, we're gonna tag him on Blue Sky so he can record an acceptance speech. I'm kidding. He probably won't do that. But in any case, shout out to you.
I stop thinking about what Raoul said when Jennifer English won at the Game Awards.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna repeat it.
Oh, was it something that he could only say?
They said that the way they referred to Jennifer English's character.
Ooh, that's dangerous. I don't know about that, Chief. All right, that's gonna just lie in the ether then. In any case, let's go ahead and crack into what potentially has. This could potentially be the big one, the long one. So we're gonna cut straight to the bolds. So let me just set us up. We're getting there. But let's talk about the next category. Best moment, sponsored by Dragon Ball Kakarot DLC, Goku's Next Journey. Oh my god, that is such a ridiculous thing to be sponsored by. Anywho, best moment. Here are your nominees: Benji from South of Midnight, making landfall in Clair Obscur Expedition 33, defeating the Paintress in Clair Obscur Expedition 33, meeting the Elder Kong DJ in Donkey Kong Bonanza. What if it was in Expedition 30? No, I'm kidding. Oh Banana from Donkey Kong Bonanza, breaking the fourth wall in Despelote, revisiting Hisu and weeping Pokemon Legends Z-A, getting a drill in a game about digging a hole, hitting the bottom in a game about digging a hole, the end of Act 1 in Clair Obscur Expedition 33, awakening the abyss in Lost Records Bloom and Rage, final battle in Clair Obscur Expedition 33, getting arrested in Shooty Robot Invasion, and the return of L in Pokemon Legends Z-A, and the ending in Pokemon Legends Z-A.
Goodness.
Now, here's what I'm going to say. I'm not even going to bold this because I have no leg to stand on. There's a chance that I could sneak it in at a number 3 again, but I feel like there's definitely going to be some overlaps on the top 3 is going to have at least 2 from one game, I feel like. And so, also right now, listeners, it's spoiler zone. All spoilers are on the table for all these games that you just heard me talk about. All spoilers are eligible to be talked about. So, of course, say when you're about to say something, but this whole segment is just all spoilers. So just be aware. Shooty Robot Invasion. I'm just going to talk about it very quickly just to sell people on what it is and then use it as a way to advertise the game so that maybe you go play it. The game, basically, you're like a not military group of people who are fighting robot aliens that are taking over the world. Halfway through the game, you have to kill basically a hot female version of Elon Musk. But you accidentally make them fall in love with you. So you have sex with them and shit, but you still have to assassinate them. So you like get on a train that's like going down the party, like, cause it's at like a cocktail party, whatever. You're on a train that is like crossing the party. And on this train, you have to like line up the sniper shot perfect to get them. You hit a headshot, but what you don't know is that they had a metal plate in their head. And then it bounces off, and then you get arrested for trying to assassinate this rich billionaire. And instead of it being like, oh, well, you're in prison, you get back out like it's Grand Theft Auto or something. No. Like 40% of the game is in prison. Like you spend a long time in prison, and there's so many flashbacks and shit that happen in prison. So many characters you meet. The way you break out of prison is crazy. You don't have combat for like 2 or 3 hours in prison. Like this game is like 15 hours long. Like a good 7 or 8 hours are in prison.
Wow.
It is crazy. And it is such a subversion of what you expect this game's going to be. And it is so, because it's so fun, because it's so unexpected, you're like, ooh, I wonder where this is going. And it goes places. It goes a lot of wacky, but always interesting places. And so
I heard
whole
about
segment
that
where you get
bathroom
roasted.
scene.
Oh my God. It's one of those things where I'm just like, oh man, it's funny, but it's also like, how the fuck did we get here? and it definitely complicates things that happen later on in the game. But yeah, the getting arrested scene in Shooty Robot Invasion, that was when I was like, oh, this game's funny and cute and blah, blah, blah. Oh, wait, there's actual stakes in the narrative? I didn't expect that. And so that's when the game kind of opens up into being like, oh, this is like this isn't just a fun comedy. This is an engaging story. And it kind of crosses that threshold in that scene. So I'm going to take it off, though, because I know we're talking about some other games here. But before we get to the bolding, who put the digging a hole moments in here?
Probably
one
me.
here.
Oh, what, you did?
I put the getting a drill, I think.
Okay. I put
so
getting on the bottom then.
See, because I also played a game about digging a hole. I think those are good moments. But
I don't think they're going to last at all, but
they're not. They're not.
No.
They're not going to last at all. I'll just say very quickly, I feel like getting a drill is probably, out of everything on this list, getting a drill is the most mechanically satisfying moment. Unless some of this stuff ties into mechanics, they all look like story stuff to me. But I feel like the most mechanically impactful thing on this list is getting a drill. I feel like the only narrative thing that is impactful about digging a whole game is hitting the bottom, and to me that's disappointing. To me that's like, all right, fine, whatever. So yeah. But anything you want to say about those, because I'm about to wipe those as well.
Not really. I mean, it's kind of like what, at least the getting a drill part. It's like after you spend so much time just chipping away at the ground, finally having a tool that like does a much bigger area to like help you get down to the bottom so much quicker is just so satisfying.
Mm-hmm.
When you can finally click and hold instead of just click, 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 click. It's great.
Also, may I speak about, because there's technically two, or I'll mention revisiting Hisui and Weeping, and then that could be taken off.
Okay.
So there's a sequence in, or not even sequence. It's a side quest in Legend Z-A. You have to. There's basically a bunch of spoopa, which are like
Spoopa.
What did you call
like which are like
the girl
bug
that's hard to
Pokemon.
get.
Are in the Lumiose City Museum, and you're basically it's nothing more than a glorified Easter egg hunt, but they're all hiding in spots, like different areas of the like 2 or 3 floor museum. And while doing this, you're seeing that the particular like exhibit for that for the point in time the game takes place is dedicated to the Hisuian like everything that happened in that region because of plot.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a clip of from Doctor Who that is widely known and is probably the most universally beloved, and it's the scene where Vincent Van Gogh goes to, like, the Doctor and Amy take him to present day, or 2010.
Why did I know you'd mention this scene? Why did I? Well, I guess because it's a testament to what you're talking about. It's very widely known.
Narrative impact.
And it's
goddamn beautiful. That's what it is.
It's there's a comment on the video that says, I'm going to accept this video as historical fact. and that video has that comment has a ton of likes. And
everything about it's phenomenal. It's just such a good little scene.
Yeah, and that's how I felt. Like I felt like walking around the entire museum, seeing all the different, like seeing statues of Dialga and Palkia, then seeing like the clothes that the clothes that were worn by Survey Corps members, clothes like, or the specific way the different Pokeballs looked in that game.
Mm-hmm.
The plaque, the stone, like the stone like artifact of the like legendary, or the legendary character or Pokemon in that game, like the sages that you had to basically pacify.
Mm-hmm.
And then finding out, looking at the shirt worn by Volo at the end of the scene, or at the end of the scene, end of the big action beat of the game, and I was tearing up, and
there it goes. I was like, "Do you cry in the game, or did you cry? You cried."
No,
I get it.
I cried myself, and then you find out, like, and it kind of made me feel also a bit like the end of Back to the Future 2,
Wow.
Like the whole
Never
like
connected those.
because you find out that like the the little blurb that's like the little thing of text says that this like this particular uh clothing was personally donated, and
Mhm.
it implicates or implies that Volo is still alive.
Hmm.
And when I say that, I mean he literally, like, the game Legends Arceus takes place in the far distant past. It is the first bit of, like, it's technically in the timeline of Zelda, of not Zelda. In the timeline of Pokemon, it's considered the origin,
Hmm.
and
It's like Pokemon Primal, Pokemon Year One.
yeah, yeah.
Hmm. Makes sense. Makes
And
sense.
there's a whole, and Alex, and yeah, the get that made me it made me personally look back on everything I did and witnessed, like, all the fun and everything I had with Legends Arceus. So
Hmm. So it's a good one to give a shout out to.
yeah,
Excellent. Excellent. Revisiting Hisui and the weeping. I love the emotionality of it, but we're wiping it away because there's other big fish to fry. All right, so let's go ahead and initiate the bolding now.
Can I I'm gonna take another one off, but I just
Oh
want to
yeah,
talk about it a little. Despelote. Anyone want to anybody thinking of playing this game?
I own it. I plan to play it. Even if you tell me what happens, I will forget by the time I play it.
Okay. Not a big deal. Like there's really no way you can spoil the story of Despelote. It's basically like a biopic that you're like playing out. It's based in true historical events. You know, it's about soccer. It's nothing like massive. But it's a cute little story about this kid growing up in Ecuador and how, you know, their soccer team winning was a really big deal for the country in a time of political turmoil. Um, and so all the while you're playing this game and you're growing up with him and the years change and stuff. It's a short little game, but eventually you get to this point and I forget what brings you into it, but the game just kind of like there are certain levels in a way, like you go to different locales and then you kind of wander around them, interact with people, and then when the next year or so comes along, then you're in a different area. And so you get to a different area and it looks really weird. Like everything looks very warped and abstract. And
Hmm.
you end up learning that when the voiceover comes on, that this is literally the world remapped. So the voiceover is the narrator who is the character you're playing, like, but the game developer, and
Huh.
he starts speaking to you about some of the events that happen, and he basically explains that like they went back to his hometown and what you're seeing and what you're walking around is like a contoured Google map of the world you've been walking in, but they're real life images. And it all just looks really weird and like very trippy because, you know, if you were to Google Street View a contour map, it would just be a lot of hills and stretched images. And like, that doesn't look like a car. It looks like you took a rock and you painted it with an image of a car. But it's, you're in this world now, and there's really not much to do in that area. You can't really talk to people or anything, but you wander around it and you trigger certain narrative points where he'll talk to you and you're like, oh yeah, that's the park I was just in, and then he'll say something about, you know, revisiting the swing set or and I think they made this like in COVID time, so there's like talk of how they struggled to record the game and go and do research with that as a hurdle. And it just really, it does break the fourth wall, but it also like makes the story feel a lot more grounded because you're learning about how this is all real. Like you're just kind of coming to terms with that. And yeah, I hear you getting excited about this.
Dude, I have that
That'd be like cool.
that wide mouth open smile. I've held that the last 4 minutes. Oh, that sounds so cool.
It's very cool. And it just kind of, it starts abruptly, it ends abruptly, but you just have this moment in time where like, I don't remember if the music stops. A lot of the music in the game is like just audio from the world, like a person playing guitar as on the side of the road or something. It's so a very real game, like just very raw and just telling this story. And so it just brings you to that grounded feel of, oh yeah, this is real stuff, and I'm learning things, and it's it's just a really cool moment. And I was like, I want to shine some light on that because I don't know. I feel like a lot of people played the game. A good amount of people played the game this year, but it may not have been one that everyone picked up immediately. Like I thought that it was just going to kind of launch on Game Pass, and then it didn't. And I actually bought this game, which I don't do a lot of, like buying a game at full price anymore.
Yeah,
but
I got mine in a humble bundle. So
oh yeah, I was like, I want to give this game support. And I don't know. It's kind of like a Venba thing where it's like, I don't know if we'll get another game by this person, because it's kind of just like, I want to make a game to tell my story. And so that's why I didn't like nominate it in the debut indie or anything like that. But yeah, Despelote is a lot of fun, and it does a I'll spoil it because it's not a big deal, but it at the end of the game, kind of how it ends is like a discussion, and it's people playing soccer, but it does the challengers ball cam thing.
oh, that's awesome.
And that's like kind of how the game fades out, is people just kind of kicking a ball around and you are the ball, and it's just like rolling all around a field. So it does a lot of cool things with being a short little thing, which I think is awesome. I mean, stuff like that goes back to like That Dragon Cancer, where people would think, oh, this is just a walking sim that's about a true story. And but people who make these like documentary, I don't know what to call them, but like a real story turned into a video game. If you can change the gameplay and make it like unique at every turn, I'll play that game over and over again. I'll play that for hours. I don't care. So then when you play it and you're like, oh, that was 2 hours already, like that's a great game when it feels like that. I'm losing my voice. So Despelote is a lot of fun, definitely worth trying out, and kudos to them for making a game that's cool.
Gamementary is what I'm gonna choose to call that.
Oh, I like that, dude.
Gamementary, let's fucking go.
Mhm.
Though I do think there's like a YouTube channel that exists already that does that. They made a Darksiders 3 documentary a long time ago, and I vaguely remember that title. Anywho, I'm gonna patent it anyway. They can't stop me. Yeah. I really like that. That sounds really cool, but I don't think that's gonna last in the ring with some of these other ones, so I'll delete it. Let's get to bolding. Let's get to the number ones for everybody. And you know what? Let's hear all the bolds first, and then we'll go with it. Josh, what would you bold out of this list?
I'm gonna say Final Battle for Clair Obscur.
Final Battle. Okay. All right, that's one for Clair Obscur already. Al, which one would you highlight on this one?
The ending for Pokemon Legends Z-A.
The ending for Pokemon Legends Z-A. Okay. Graydon, what's your boulder?
Sorry if I just picked up on the mic. That's embarrassing.
It's fine.
Let's see. Oh, there's so many good things on here, man. May I just say, the the end of every act of Clair Obscur is some of the greatest
Right?
video game moments of all time.
God
So
damn it.
I don't really know how we could just pick one. Act 1 would not spoil as much, which is probably the best way to do that. But you
And
put
I
Final
feel like I
Battle.
know something about that. I feel like I know something about that despite not having played it.
Let me ask, because Emmett, you finished tape 1.
Yes.
And I think Awakening the Abyss, by that I meant the end of tape 1.
Oh, that's the scene. Okay, so I know what that is.
Yeah, would you say that's worthy? Or I just wanted to put something from that game on here. If it's not, that's fine. We've given that game a lot of flowers.
Okay, so let me ask this. I played Lost Records expecting it to get really sci-fi and mystical, like at some point. Like I was expecting to fall off that cliff. At the end of it is this Awakening the Abyss moment, and that is the most sci-fi-ish that the game gets up until you touch tape 2. But then something else happens in the real life narrative that is so much more impactful and important than any of the sci-fi shit to me that I don't know if I care about the sci-fi shit. So I say all that to say this. Graydon, how does the sci-fi shit become a bigger deal in tape 2? Or is that very big, impactful thing that happens right at the end of tape 1? Is that the through line that you mainly care about?
I kind of want to know. I need to be reminded.
You want me to tell you? I could just tell you what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
At the end of tape 1, now,
Spoilers.
okay, Josh or Al?
No, I'm good.
Okay, you're good. Al, you good?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
Holy shit.
All right, here we go. You can take your headphones off if you need to. The whole throughout all of tape 1, it's just you're one of a bunch of girls. You're just being friends with these girls, and you're forming a connection, you're forming a bond. If your dialogue choices are right, you can choose to be romantically interested in one of them or multiple of them. If you play your cards right, you kind of play the game that way. And then there's like this ambience of like, there's some big ominous thing in the present tense narrative, because the whole game's a flashback. In the present tense narrative, there's like this mysterious box, and it's like, this box has like our old band name on it, and it says, it's for y'all, and it's coming around like 20 years later or something crazy like that, and everyone's like, what's in the box? And so the whole time I'm like, there's some like mysterious supernatural aspect that's going to happen in the story. But 85% of tape 1 is straight up realistic, grounded, nothing supernatural, nothing. And like towards the end of tape 1, there's a moment where like all of y'all do this weird blood ritual where y'all wrote a bunch of lyrics to like this punk rock song that y'all are gonna sing. But then the girl who wrote the lyrics is like, let's say the lyrics out right now. And it's this whole thing about like it's a curse. And so it's like a mythical, we're gonna curse all the people who gave us shit because we're angsty teenagers. And then she's like, yeah, y'all want to do a blood bond thing? And she like cuts her finger, and it's like, hey, you cut your finger too, and we'll be like blood sisters and stuff. And you can choose to do it or not. But later in the game, a giant hole opens up in the spot where y'all did that blood ritual, and it's just like full of like neon liquid. And y'all approach the hole in the middle of the night, and y'all are like, what is this? Oh my God, is this where we did the blood ritual? Blah, blah, blah. And then all of y'all basically treat it like a wishing well. And y'all all throw something in there and wish for something. And everyone makes a different wish based off their personality. But it's weird because it's like, all right, do the wishes... there's already like a little bit of through line to be like, all right, for some of them, the wish came true because some of them got what they wanted ultimately. And then one person makes a wish, and then you're like, okay, so they just basically one of them makes a wish, and they're like, I just want to be out of here. I want to be far, far away from here. I just want to leave this place. And then the very next scene, you find out they have leukemia. And it's like what? So it's like, is that the wish?
The moment?
That's the moment, because right now I'm like, that's
that
such a
was
bigger
fucking
deal.
Wild, man.
That's
was
such a
crazy.
way bigger deal than anything else. And I'm like, how the fuck? Because throughout the first tape, You're like waiting for people to come in. You come in and you see one character, and it's just you and that character for like more than half the episode, reminiscing about the past. But all 4 girls are supposed to be there, so you're waiting on all 4 of these girls. Then the 3rd girl comes in late, and now it's all 3 of y'all talking. But they're still not talking like they're expecting the 4th girl. So you're like, "Where's the 4th girl? Where's the 4th girl?" Then they drop the leukemia bomb, and it's like, "Oh fuck!" So there's only going to be 3 of us. And that's what I'm wondering.
I gotta say, I love when we chat about games and we speak with passion, but to a layman, that probably sounded really fucking mid. With like I'm just thinking like, oh yeah, and it's like such a cool fucking thing, and then also like it's the equivalent of. Wait, did we all see Stranger Things?
Most of it, but you can spoil it. I it's fine.
It's not a huge spoiler, but it's the equivalent of the whole like, oh yeah, and then they found out like how they're gonna go fight Vecna and they're gonna get in there, but then Will was like, first I gotta sit y'all down and tell you I'm gay. Like it's just that which literally happened, literally happens, and it's like this weird moment where you're like, wait, they said what? And it's like, you were like, oh, there's this cool pit, this big abyss. They make wishes and then everyone's going to die. And then also she's got cancer. It's like, but it really does. Like, I have to beg you, please play Lost Records.
It's
like,
it hits in that way. Because the whole time I'm like, when's the supernatural coming? And then it's like, well, fuck this. Who cares if aliens are coming? My friend has cancer.
Right. It's like, and because that hits, it's never cringe because you're like, it makes you, and that's the whole ensemble thing where it's like, you care so much about these characters. You don't give a shit about what's going on. Like, isn't that's the concert, right?
Yeah, it's right at the concert. Yeah.
And like things are on fire or something. Like there's stuff going on, and it's like
it's an explosive moment. It's a very explosive moment.
And it's just like, oh, but then also that's going on, and you're like, oh, well, this is a whole nother mystery. It's a great plot twist. It really is.
Good God, it's so great because they make you crave for something. They're like, oh, this is just a normal story, but they make you crave and just so deeply expect something to not be normal. They're like, oh, this can't be normal. This can't be normal. And then when they finally give you a hint of something normal, they take it away. And then you're like, well, what the fuck? I thought we were finally getting you to the abnormal shit. And then they give you something completely different that is horribly, horribly, horribly grounded. And you're like, well, fuck that supernatural shit. I need to know how this resolves now. And it's to make you want something, to give it to you almost, and then not make you want it anymore. That's crazy.
Yeah. If you want supernatural shit, go play Double Exposure. But you can,
oh my God, to their fault.
They can keep it. Yeah. They can keep it, and Lost Records will stay ground. It's so good. It's that, honestly, talking about it and remembering that makes me want to make that a moment.
You know what? Because I'm gonna be honest, the actual awakening the abyss part, it's fine, but it's whatever. Can I just put leukemia as the moment?
Oh my God. Oh, best moment sponsored by Dragon Ball Kakarot. Best moment sponsored by leukemia. Are you shitting me?
Please. Oh my God.
Hey, Open Critic, why don't you think of us as a real, genuine website?
I'm deleting Awakening the Abyss. I'm deleting it because look, all due respect, but we definitely care about one thing more than the other. But I've added leukemia in its stead.
This is the funniest shit we've ever done. This is it right here.
Look, I'm gonna spoil it. Leukemia is my bold. Leukemia is my bold. It just it not only does it recontextualize like what you actually care about in the game, you think about how you treated other characters and you're like, oh, they were only doing that because of the leukemia, and now I'm an asshole. Oh, it's brilliant. It's brilliant.
It really does, because that's the thing where you're like, it takes your bad guys and it makes them not so bad either. And you're like, oh, everybody And it's also like, as playing as a kid, it's a very eye-opening thing to like be faced with death, faced with the concept there as the whole game has been fuck the man, fuck the system, everybody pushes us down because we're kids, and then it's like, oh, I forgot, I gotta wake up and be an adult someday, and people die, and it's just like, yeah, it hits you hard.
Yeah, holy shit. Right, you are. So yeah, leukemia. That's my bold. Did you say a bold, Graydon?
That's such a funny sentence. Oh man, my only thing here would be that I think the end of Act 1 is cooler than the final battle. I wish I could have like a one-on-one with Josh here and have him talk about the final battle.
Listen. Here's what we can do. If Act 1 is truly your favorite, we can bold it, clear everything off, and let y'all have a final battle with those two so we can determine what the third is gonna be.
I mean, I'd be cool with that.
Doing it.
Is the final battle in that mirror dimension?
Yes,
Okay.
It's less to do with the fight itself and more like what it's representing, and the idea of that there's like, I understand both sides, but also like the part of the reason I loved Ben Starr so much is his performance in that mirror dimension, and like how like the anguish and just pain he was in, like trying to convince why it should how it should go down, but like still understanding why
I love this.
why the other character did not want it to go down.
Look, we already spoiled Lost Records. Clair, Scare, I know I'm gonna play it. I know I'm gonna love it. You can openly talk about whatever. I will most likely forget.
Alan?
But I will say, Al, if you want to take off your headphones, please.
Al, you there?
Or we can mute or something. Oh no.
I'm afraid we lost Al.
We have to awaken the abyss.
Oh my god.
Leukemia.
Just
Why'd
give
you
it to
say it
leukemia.
like you're charging a spirit bomb?
Like a Harry Potter spell.
You know what? I'll take off my headphones.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Go
I think they
gadget
were trying to
leukemia.
figure out if they want to do it. All right. Go ahead. I will take a sacrifice because I want to judge this.
All right.
Should we start with this group?
All right. So at the end of the game, I'm just gonna throw it out there. At the end of the game, there's a fight between Verso and Mael, and you kind of have to choose what side you're gonna be on, and thus you get to play as that character in a fight 1-on-1, and thus you get one of two endings. And yeah, I mean, I guess with that, you can kind of re-say what you just said with a bit more passion to try to sway me.
I'll also say that description alone did not spoil anything because that sounds kind of lame. I don't have any of the context that leads up to it, so it sounds kind of lame. But
Okay.
continue.
Well, here's some context then. So,
Oh my god.
All right, give it to me. It's fine. Fuck it.
So after you beat the paintress, you basically find out that the whole world is a painting, that you're in a painting, and Mael is actually a real person on the outside who was horribly disfigured, lost her ability to talk, and in that same accident, she lost her brother, who was put in the painting as Verso. And so Mael regains all of her memories, a whole lot of stuff. And so at the end, it basically
You're
becomes
saying this
down.
whole game's an extended Blue Skidoo?
It is,
Yes.
and you can too.
Wow.
They hopped right in, yep.
It's kind of
But
fucking
yeah,
insane. It's like Mario 64.
Mm-hmm.
Sure. Okay.
So at the end of this fight, it's basically Mael who doesn't. It basically comes down to them erasing the painting or leaving it as it is. And Mael wants to leave it as it is because Verso is her only connection to her brother that she has, and she doesn't want to let it go. But she's also worried about going back to the real world and not being able to talk to anybody, being disfigured,
But
just living this like.
essentially, sorry, I don't want to steal your
No,
thunder.
you're
But if the painting continues, the cycle of grief continues, because essentially the game's world is like the manifestation of the family's grief. Well, the
Yes.
mother's specifically, and so it's like, oh, do you want to live in this like silly mirror dimension with all your buddies still alive, or do you want to come to terms with the fact that people die and life is pain and say goodbye to all your friends?
Huh.
I'm very curious to see what ending you chose.
I chose the one where Mael goes back into the real world.
Me too. I think that is the canon ending.
I think it is. Did
I
you
think
go
it
on
has
and
to
see
be.
the other ending?
Yeah. Which
Yeah,
it feels wrong and it feels weird, but a coworker of mine said that, and they did put it in a bit of perspective, and it makes me question things, because they were like, there's no way that the people of Lumiere weren't real. Like, you are killing everyone. And like, that blood is on your hands, and I'm thinking like, well, no, it's like a dream world, it's all a metaphor. And he's like, no.
Fantasio.
Like, it's not, and you have to be okay with that. And I kind of think I am, because at the end of the day, it's all a metaphor. It's all about grief.
Yep.
So
Fascinating.
now, that being said, did
Then
that
on
hit
the-
harder than the first act ending?
Now, okay, this is something I actually have what I think happens in this part, because I keep hearing about there's an early twist that happens in the game. Now, it's either there was another entry on here that was something about like when you make landfall or something. I remember hearing that the expedition starts with like a shit ton of people, and then almost all of them die almost immediately. Is that
So-
Act 1, or is that making landfall?
That's making
That's the-
landfall.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's like the prologue.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I
That's
put that
really-
on there because it basically sets the tone for the rest of the game. Because like anytime it's like in a movie or whatever, like people are going out on their adventure and they get there and then they kind of go about their way. Here it's like they get to where they need to go and immediately everything goes to shit.
And to make it worse, like, you get to meet these people in the prologue. like
like,
everyone's
here's this-
like, oh, I can't wait to be the healer. Or whatever.
It's like Peter Jackson's King Kong, where it's like, here's all the crew of the ship, and now most of them are dead.
Yeah, and like, they don't feel like fodder, but then they become it, and you're sitting there. Talk about a mouth agape for 4 minutes. You're just like, what the fuck am I watching? And it's insane. But I think that like a lot of these moments we put on, we're just like, oh, I didn't know that the game would do this. Oh, I didn't know the game would do like, there's so many moments in this game that are just like, oh yeah, that's a memorable, that will stick with me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I have a real hard time picking one in this game.
Surprising
But
Delight is their middle name.
So can I spoil the Act 1 ending, or is that going to be too damn much? I don't want to.
You
I don't wanna
can.
overstep.
Because there's plenty for me to be surprised by in this game. It's fine.
Are you sure?
I already know everything's fake, kinda.
Listen, I know that you know that, but I will say this thing. He has to be a part of the podcast somehow. My dad, oh man, if I could just spoil it with the way that he said it, do I have permission? It's so fucking funny.
Spoil it with the way that he said it, because I want to know this.
Oh, so my dad played Clair Obscur before I did, and one time DJ came over. Oh no, the other I'm gonna summon both of them. He had come over, and they were talking about how great the game was, and I hadn't really touched it yet, and so we're talking about it, and my dad comes down the stairs, and I'm like, you got to stop talking about it. My dad will spoil it, and he won't even realize that he did it. Like, this is what he does. He just says shit. And so we stopped talking about it. And so then later on in the day, he was like, what was that thing that you told me to stop talking about? I wasn't going to say anything. And I'm like, well, he's playing Clair Obscur. And he's like, oh, well, I'm not even that far into it. I just got to the part where Charlie Cox dies. And I was like, what the fuck are you talking about?
That's hilarious. That's hilarious.
And let me tell you, that's the end of Act 1, and it's like 10 hours into the game. Like, it's not easy to just be there already. But having your main character get murdered in front of you is a damaging moment in any kind of medium. And
what makes that fascinating is because now I'm just like, it's not even like a cynical, oh, so now the first 10 hours and he's gonna die anyway. But it makes it interesting because I'm like, how the fuck do you do that and still have 30 more hours to go?
Yeah, you don't have the context. I get that. You're good. That's good.
Which is
can't
cool.
do that. I wish I could.
It leaves the mystery, which makes me excited to play it. But I'm just like, how the fuck is that even possible? Because I understand there's plenty of stories that like, oh, you think this is your main character, and then they like die immediately, like minutes into the story, or it's like, oh, this character is gonna be with you the whole. Like, y'all ever seen Children of Men?
Nope.
No.
Damn.
But I've heard that it's good. It has a good plot twist, right?
There's a couple.
It's basically Half-Life 2 the movie.
It really is. It's very similar to Half-Life 2. It's fucking crazy. But long story short, there's a character that they introduced towards the start of Children of Men, and you're like, oh, they're gonna be around for a long time, and then they're pretty unceremoniously like just killed in the middle of an action
blatantly
scene.
murked.
Yeah, they're blatantly murked, and like they die pretty slow, but like the whole scene can't really interact with their death because it's action going on and everyone else is trying to preserve themselves. And then the end of the scene happens and they're already gone, and it's like, well, fuck. Thought they were gonna be around for a while. So it's like that, like, but like you still have the main character and they continue going on. But 10 hours in, like,
am I wrong on 10 hours? It's
but like hours in, hours in.
It's pretty good.
Even your prologue is hefty, and then
that's why I'm like, that's bold as shit. How does the game even go on after that? And I'm just I can't wait to find out. See, that's why I don't mind spoilers, because I'm like, yo, that sounds so fucking cool.
To get context, and even like knowing the ending and the whole thing about it being like a metaphor like that, it's the adventure of this game, and like we say about the ensemble, learning about your characters, having them become like your family along the way, it fleshes out all of this. So even though things are spoiled, like there's so much to do in this game.
Yes.
A lot of layers
that you'll just there's so many layers that you'll honestly probably be forgetting about the ending while you're playing it, and then be like, oh yeah, I remember that this was told to me, but now I get it. Mm-hmm. Now that being said, Joshua, what hit you the hardest? Because if you didn't care for our boy Gustav, that's totally fine.
I mean, that's the thing. Like, I wasn't as invested in Gustav as I was in Verso by the end.
Okay, so that's a preference.
So that's probably
But not that I didn't like Verso. That's the thing. Verso shows up and he's just as phenomenal a character. And so I did love the ending of the game. So I think I would give it to you. You know,
I don't know. The way you were talking about it, I kind of like the idea of Act 1 being.
It's between like the first plot twist that will really take you for a ride. Well, I guess the first is making landfall, but like something that's really gonna make you be like, "What is this game?" And something that's like, "What was that game?"
Yeah.
Ooh, that's a bar. I like that.
Yeah.
God damn. Now let me ask this. Let me throw this hat in the ring. I think is it maybe the final revelation that is the best moment, or is it specifically the final battle?
That's the thing. It's not even like the battle or the revelation. I think it's like the interaction between the two characters. Specific, like the one that was really getting me was Ben Starr's like delivery of like, "Please, I want you to kill me. Like, end my life. I can't continue with this. I know everything here is not real. This is a farce. I don't want to live a farce type of, reality. Like, please end it."
He literally
And
says,
Mael,
"Unpaint me."
Yeah.
It's like so fucking. God, I'm glad we gave best performance to him.
Instead of "let me hit us, let me die, let me die."
Let me die.
and Mael, who's basically God at that point, is like, she could kind of make that decision, and just that interaction. Not so much the fight, not so much like everything behind it. Is just like a kind of brother and sister going at it, except one knows they're not the real brother, and the other one not willing to like give up the idea that their brother. Like, I don't know.
Oh man,
That game.
Interesting.
That game.
So many layers. Okay. Well, look, y'all make your decision on it. If I was throwing my hat in the ring on this one, I like the idea of because
Can we just say Clair Obscur? Just like the entire
low key.
Yeah, I kind of like that. Like Clair Obscur,
because there's so fucking much in that game.
Low key, we could do that. In which case, it's going to be really hilarious that we have this spoil-filled conversation just to be like the whole game.
But I think we needed the conversation. We needed to discuss what makes this game really special. And I mean, it is why like best narrative will probably have a lot of it too. But like, it's just so well crafted, and it's that. But this is why it's like this incredible. Oh, sorry, I had to move away from the mic. This is why it's like some this incredible feat that such a small team like really got it together and that made this thing work. It's just so special.
I will say, in retrospect, kind of funny that the Act 1 ending happens, because I was wondering like, this is a small team getting a Hollywood actor for their first game. Interesting. I wonder how much that not that much. So, interesting to see how that works. All right. So, okay. Are we on the consensus of number 1 is just Clair Obscur? Like just the whole game? Or because I feel like it's going to be number 1 in the next category. So that feels like a cop out. So maybe we should pick one.
Act 1.
Act 1?
Yeah.
Act 1, because you're just like, how the fuck are they going to continue from here?
Yeah. I mean, it's just one of those things that never really happens. If for them to like take that route. I don't want to say early on because it is like 2 hours in, but yeah, it's definitely like just a huge.
It's the most audacious.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's fair. Graydon, are you on the same boat?
Sucks because his explanation really made me start going for the other one. I feel like we successfully convinced each other. But no, I would go with Act 1. I think that is gonna go down as one of the biggest things about that game. That's like, oh, holy shit, that fucking happened. Especially with like, you get as huge a name as Charlie Cox, and he like, is there for a good amount of the game. You wouldn't think that he would not be. And it's just like, oh well, okay. But it's that part really, the way that it impacted me was heavier than even after, and I gotta be away from spoilers, but even after my dad spoiled it for me, I was still like, oh, not that I forgot that it happened, but just like, damn, that's happening now.
Yep.
And yeah, it changes you.
It's a wild time. It's a wild
Yeah.
time out here. Fun, fun, fun. All right. Well, with that, we have our top 3. Let me ping Al. Let them know we're back. We're back. Now, tell me if I'm wrong. Did Al pop in during that conversation?
Yeah, I wonder how.
I feel like I heard
Half-Life
there-
2.
Yeah. Okay, that was it. Because I noticed that, and then well after that, I was like, oh wait. Welcome back, Al.
No.
Yeah.
I took my headphones off, put them on, put them back on, to see just to see if how like
How deep
You
how
came in
far
at
they
the
were.
right time.
Yes.
Yeah, because you dodged some bullets. God.
I did
Unlike-
hear
I'm not gonna say it.
Graydon mention his dad, and I gotta say, Graydon, I imagine your dad looks like Lenny Clark.
All
Oh my
right.
god, I have to look up who this is.
Yep, Lenny Clark. I'm looking up. Hopefully, it's a good-looking man. Oh, yeah.
Oh my god, absolutely not.
Okay.
Couldn't be further from.
For the record, I said yeah, not because yeah, that's what your dad looks like, but like I could see that. I could see it. It's just a older white man. That's all.
Very, very deep rooted in Boston.
Yeah.
my God.
Bostonian. Boston. Got my cream donut here. I don't know what that was. Anywho, all right. So I mean, we have our top 3, and are they in the order?
Can I just explain? Since
Oh yeah,
you
talk
guys
about the
guessing-
ending
yeah.
of Pokemon.
So-
Yeah.
the ending, like, it's basically a kind of a baton, like you're the baton that has to be passed to each character to get, like, basically go from one part of Lumiose to the other. And at each pit stop, one of the main characters or a group of main characters that, like, or supporting characters, helps you in one way or another when you have to, as you battle rogue or Pokemon that have undergone rogue mega evolutions. And you're basically you're doing all this so you can get to Zygarde and save the entire population of Lumiose City. So each little bit has a character or two helping you in both battling the Pokemon and getting across an obstacle to the next course. So for example, with one character, his mega phalanx knocks over like a piece of debris, like basically across to create a bridge. Another group simply takes all the rubble, all the scaffolding that's fallen, and builds you basically an obstacle course that feels like very much like Ninja Warrior.
Okay. Random
And-
as hell, but I'll take it.
And the Rust Syndicate, they make I'm pretty sure I mentioned this on Players Club. They make an honest to God human ladder,
Oh.
and you're climbing. You climb them. You're climbing them, and Corbeau is like the last person you see. Like, you climb. You're like, after you climb up, he tells you to go on and save the city, and does like a kind of like what Ripley does in Alien 3, like that fallback of faith with the arms wide open, with arms
Okay.
wide open. And then this is actually this is actually the craziest part of the game. You fight the tower of you fight Prism Tower.
Oh.
And it's not like you're just hitting attacks like you're just attacking it. You mega evolve Zygarde, and you have an Ostigod mega evolution battle with against the defense it's basically something that AZ created to basically it's basically something that AZ created that was supposed to keep things safe, but it got corrupted somehow or gone rogue, and he basically Zygarde goes into his 100% form, mega evolves, turns into a gun.
Christ.
And as Prism Tower shoots, or as Mega Floette hits a move, it hits its mega move, like its signature move when in mega evolve form. Zygarde basically turns mega evolves into a gun, shoots a ball of energy at the ball the beam that is being shot from the tower, and it's absurd beyond absurd.
Goodness.
But I still think it's one of the most batshit insane that even though there's only been 2 of them, or the Legends games have been 2 for 2 with holy shit moments. Specifically at the end of the game, from that the trainer battle with Volo, to fighting the tower, like the signature attraction, basically the what's the name of the tower in France?
Oh, Leaning Tower of Pisa?
In France?
Fuck.
The Eiffel
That's Rome.
Tower?
The Eiffel Tower, yeah. It's basically
wow. I fucked that up.
Kalos is based on France, and you're basically fighting and destroying the Eiffel Tower.
Jesus. 1v1. Me and the Eiffel. It's like Modern Warfare 3 or Rush Hour 3.
Yeah. But the thing is, at least compared to Call of Duty, it's not technically the Eiffel Tower. But if it were, it's treating it with much more respect.
That much is easy to do when compared to Call of Duty.
I gotta say, it's kind of wild that you mentioned a place called Lumios and a place that is based on France, and Clair Obscur has Lumiere that is based on France. What is this weird fucking French year we had?
And Hideo Kojima, the mascot of his studio is called Lumens, and it's based on Japan.
True. Which brings me back to Laurent, the sexy black vampire.
Oh boy, let's fucking go. We're bringing sexy back.
Bringing sexy back.
Sexy's been in our domain for many years. Boy, howdy. You know what? I was about to get too real. Let me stop. It's Black History Month. That's all I'm going to say. In any case, so yeah, the ending of Pokemon Legends, Z-A. Very, very cool. I did not know you fought the Eiffel Tower. That's very cool. That's wild to me.
Very cool.
I forgot who was watching. It was a black creator on YouTube saying that this is the worst. This is like the worst Black History Month ever. I think it was FD Signifier.
I mean, look, it ain't great for any of us.
Rough. I haven't seen much
It's either
go on.
Saros or FD Signifier.
All right, let me look up when the first Black History Month was, because depending on when they started using that, there's probably some worse Black History Months.
No. It had to do with recent stuff that's in recent news stuff.
Oh yeah. There's some. Well, there's a lot of recent. Well, I wonder what specifically for us, but
probably the slavery exhibits being taken down everywhere.
Well, the thing is, they're putting them back up because there was. I think some people went to court for it, and some of them they were like, Not all of them, but I think certain ones that took it to court instead of just capitulating in advance, those went to court, and then the administration lost the court battle, so they're putting them back up.
Oh.
That's what I've heard through the
Nice.
grapevine. Also, I was looking it up. Black History Month first started in 1970. So yeah, there might have been like some slightly worse Black History Months, but they started it late enough to where it's not that bad. 1 year earlier, we might have had a case. All right, in any case, too many tangents. We still got one more category after this, so let's go ahead and lock in.
Do we
Yeah.
want to save this category? How are we feeling?
Let me ask because to be honest, I feel like this category should be a quick one based off of all the conversations we've had today. We can absolutely make it quick.
Okay.
But we've done 4 categories today. We can't just cut it off there. Everybody in favor of doing this last category, say aye. Aye.
I don't really care. You guys are an hour later than I am, so
I guess so. I guess that's.
I am trying not to. I'm desperately trying to stay awake.
Okay, so maybe we wait for next week then on that one potentially.
I hope
All
that
right.
doesn't fuck with things, but I think that it's cool. We got 4 done, and yeah,
I mean,
it's
honestly,
2 a.m.
Yeah. I think we're good. We might have a little bit more involved because we're gonna be bringing some homework from outside. Not homework. There will be homework for another category next week. But we'll be able to get through that one pretty quick. I think we'll be fine. So we'll leave it there. I think that's plenty. And look, shit. How long's the recording been? Fuck. Actually, no. I got 10 minutes. Let's go. All right.
My god, are you kidding?
So I'm not going to hold us for the entire 10 minutes. I'm just going to end the show.
Liar.
No. I'm just happy that I got it before we hit the full 3 hours. But in any case, we're ending it right there. So the category we just solved is Best Moment, sponsored by Dragon Ball Kakarot DLC Goku's Next Journey. Your winners are number 3, the ending of Pokemon Legends Z-A. Number 2, Leukemia in Lost Records Bloom and Rage.
Oh my fucking god.
And number 1, the end of Act 1, Clair Obscur Expedition 33.
I would have loved so much to put Leukemia at number 1.
Our number 1 is Leukemia.
That would have been so fucking funny, dude.
Sponsored by Leukemia.
I don't even know what to say to that. For the bit, I would be willing to be like, let's make that number 1.
Co-sponsored by Leukemia. That's what we'll say.
Oh, God.
Oh, what a world. What a world. And with that, that's the end of this episode. Now let's get one quick sweep of all the categories we've decided today. The first category we had today was Best Character. Your winners were Shooty from Shooty Robot Invasion, Kai from Avowed, and Laurent from South of Midnight. Best Ensemble Cast, sponsored by Call of Duty Black Ops 6. Your winners there were Shooty Robot Invasion, Clair Obscur Expedition 33, and Lost Records Bloom and Rage. Best Performance, sponsored by Anastasia Diachuk in Indica. Your winners there were Brandon Keener as Kai from Avowed, Adrian Ray as Hazel from South of Midnight, and Ben Starr as Verso from Expedition 33. And finally, Best Moment, sponsored by Dragon Ball Kakarot DLC Goku's Next Journey. Your winners are the ending of Pokemon Legends Z-A, Leukemia, Lost Records Bloom and Rage, and the end of Act 1, Clair Obscur Expedition 33. What a list. What great conversation. This is gonna be good. This is a good episode. I'm just gonna say it. It's a great episode.
Yeah,
And
this is
it'll
one
be
of the
even
best ones we've done. This was fun.
Yes.
And
Oh my
I just want
god.
to say, it was foreign man in a foreign land who said that this has been the worst Black History Month so far.
I gotta see what video he put out this month to make him say that.
It was about some like debate stuff that is I had to switch off halfway through because it was very uncomfortable.
Okay. All right, we gonna see what's popping. Then I will investigate it for sure. But in any case, that's enough out of this foreign man in a foreign land. We've been talking for 3 hours. But Al, thank you for hopping on. Always a pleasure.
No problem. Jesus walks.
Yeah, God
Oh
showed
my
me the
God,
way
you
because the
brought
devil's
it-
trying to break me down.
You brought it back to Kanye in the end?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Speaking of a leukemia on our society, that's
That
if I was
makes me
pitching to
want-
Kanye.
That makes me want to run away. Am I right?
Oh my God, Graydon Webb, get the fuck off this podcast. I really wish you were joshing around, right, Mr. Miller?
Honey.
I don't know any Kanye songs.
That's the
Time for
best way to end it.
graduation.
Oh
man.
my God.
Emmett, guess who's going to jail tonight?
You know what? I don't think that would have dawned on to Josh.
Fucking A.
Uh,
God damn.
and I've been Emmett Walkers Jr. Thank y'all for
Truly
listening.
is
And
the
as I always
coldest
say-
winter.
Oh my God. As I always say, keep it real, keep it trill, and play on playa. Peace out, y'all. Listen to Chance the Rapper instead. He met Kanye West and he's never going to fail. Probably despite meeting Kanye West. All right, good night.
Game of the year, game of the year, game of the year, of the year, yeah. Game of the year, game of the year, game of the year, game of the year, yeah. If they shoot